10, justice. 2 plus 8, 10, justice. Bring about some justice, some freedom and equality for each and every one of us, man. Because we say that we are a brotherhood. We say that we are a nation. So we should want to do this as a nation. You start with yourself and you make your nation work, and you become a strong force to bring about a change out here. It tells you what makes rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. Well, you know what will do it? A strong force. The power of your mind. And it ain't going to happen unless you do it. It'll be done to you every time. Like the Italians say, I'm going to do it to you every damn time. Because you're stupid enough to let me do it. You ain't got enough damn sense to do for yourself. Is that a shame? You damn right, that's a shame. And I've been acknowledging this for a long time. Decades acknowledging this. I, self-Lord, Allah Master, refuse to allow the devil to give me the shaft every chance he gets. I learned better. And because I learned better, I'm going to do better. And if you don't know how to do better, then learn how to do better. And when you learn how to do better, stop that nonsense, man. As a person and as a nation, because I'm not just talking to a person, I'm talking to the nation, man. This nation has to show and prove. And we got to stick together as one. We cannot be divided. Because you know when you divide it, you allow your enemy to come in and cause chaos. You have to be one. We cannot be bickering and fighting amongst ourselves. That is how your enemy rules you. You already know that. He tell you, if you divide them, you conquer them. If you divide them, you conquer them. You don't let yourself become divided. When you see that division coming, you stop it. If you got to step back and take a what? Chill pill. You step back and take a chill pill. Stop destroying yourself, because when you destroy yourself, all you're doing is destroying what you say you're about, and this nation don't need that. This is a unified block, a cipher that's complete. We cannot allow devilish men to come in and cause deception and corruption in our midst. And that's why we have to be unified as one. We say that we're a hood, a brotherhood, a sisterhood. That means that we come under one umbrella. We stick together. We all say that we 5%. Oh, we all say that. Well, ain't that a hood? Ain't that a brotherhood? Isn't that what we say? We all come under the same banner. So we can't divide ourselves. If we divide ourselves, what sense is in that? What are you going to get? You're going to get problems, God. You're going to get enough of a problem. And we don't need problems, man. We here to make solutions and start some solution with ourselves. Okay? Start some solution with ourselves. If you don't know how to unify, learn how to unify. Again, if you don't know how to unify, learn how to unify with your brother and your sister. We got it hard enough. 85% of this population couldn't give a damn about what you're talking about. And the 10% of this population say one thing and one thing only. Keep it going. Keep it going. As long as they don't do anything about it, keep it going. We got a winning thing going on here. If they don't do anything about it, keep it going. You know what they're going to do. The question is not what are they going to do. The question boils down to who. What are you going to do? Because you're the one that's going to make the change. They are already telling you what they're going to do. They tell you, we are going to do this. We are going going to do that, now what are you going to do? If you don't do anything, you keep getting the same old crap. And if you're tired of the same old crap, then what are you going to do about it? Huh? A lot of y'all brothers is in your 40s and your 50s and your 60s. We got a lot of young people coming up behind us. I know a lot of y'all have heard this before. We got a lot of young brothers and sisters coming up behind us who are looking for a better way. If you don't show them a better way, they're going to fall victim to all of the stuff that we teach them not to fall victim to. So we have to be the show and prove. We got to be the show and prove. If we don't be the show and prove, somebody else is going to show and prove. And their show and prove ain't going to be for our betterment. Either you're going to rise up or you're going to fall what? Down. Today's mathematics, again, is about wisdom building. That means rising up so that you can destroy all that wickedness. Again, today's mathematics is about wisdom building. Building. You understand what it means to build? It means to construct. It means to bring things together. It means to bond. It means to become strong. That's what building is about. Today's mathematics tell you wisdom build. That means your ways, your actions, and everything you say you're about has to what? Build. To bring about a strong bond. And when you do that, you will see justice. If you don't do that, you don't get no justice. You get poverty, blood, sweat, and tears, homeless, nakedness, out of doors, out of your mind, because you ain't dealing in the right frame of mind. Build, gods, build earths. That's our mathematics. Wisdom, build. And the only way you're going to destroy the devil and their wicked ways and their wicked culture is to build. And again, unify. Unify. Unity. Brother, sisterhood. Togetherness. And stop fighting each other and acting like you're all the enemies when you say you're all the same. Because then you ain't nothing but a damn what? FOOL. And if you're that, you'll fall for anything. Right or wrong?
You're right.
I'm pretty sure I'm right. If I ain't right, then I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And believe you me, I done been checking this out, and I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. Because anybody with common sense would tell you the exact same thing. Anybody get up here and tell you anything that's not that, they are lying to you. Their job is to deceive you. Their job is to hold you back. Don't let nobody get up here and try to tell you nonsense. Because then they don't understand the unity of the nation. Their job is to stick a what? Pin. To destroy the air light. Who is the air light? You are the air light. Their job is to destroy you by sticking a pin in your what? Head. Wisdom, build, or destroy. That's your lesson. And to deceive the people so they will believe something else is going to come save them. When you got to realize, take that pin out your head and save yourself. Peace.
Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. My name is God Allows, y'all. Glad you're here too. Here. Most of the faces here. So, thank you. Right, okay. Absolutely, I agree. But this is going to come down. I see this to the stakeholders. You want to stakeholders? Anyone who has a stake in something. See, we can have this parliament. No disrespect, we come right to the bone now. All these seats from here back people need to understand that this is not church. Because you came, you wasn't absolved of your sins. Right? When we come here like the God said, we come to build. But what I found is all these seats from here back is only going to be a handful who's going to actually put their hands in the soil. Because here's what's going to happen. Stand in the room up. My man La Real said it. You know, I'm a Jew thief, so I take from each one. And, you know, this ain't a popularity contest. I'm not up here trying to scream who screams the loudest. We here to make the wisdom what? Big. Wisdom is the application. Actually, wisdom is the way. The reason why we say we utilize the speech is due to, right? It's the main object of communication. But not the only. Right? Now, when I say stakeholder, I mean people who put it in. I'm looking at your faces right here. I'm looking at the stakeholders. These are people that normally come. These are people, when you ask to heed the call to do something, they hear. I got the nail, I got the hammer. That's what I'm talking about. I'm holding it down. With Universal Justice. Yeah, Universal Justice, right. And brothers like him and Father Bouchon them held us down. The ideas came up. Everybody huddled with him and other people like him. Right? But when it came time to do the job, he was nowhere around. Nowhere around. Standing room only. Let me explain something to you, man. I don't have to be there. I walk with the law each and every day. But history best record, he did it by himself. He first came into realization of who he was independently, and then empowered us to what? To be who we are, the gods of the earth. But he didn't empower us just, right, just to talk, to put it in. We got to school not because how swift Allah spoke. They see his what? Work. They came to him. What do you want? They asked Allah. I need a school for my children. Then the doers who he taught, they started building peace brothers. Other understanding in the back, born justice. I'm not saying anybody call your name. I'm looking at the people here, Professor. There's a whole lot of people. My brother Justice Hakim. Right? I'm looking at the stakeholders, those that's here. That's who I talk to. God, why do you call it? A brother asked me during the pandemic. He said, during the pandemic, listen to this one. He said, the nation asked me a lot of justice going black on. Oh, wait, man. All right, peace. Right? They asked us, he embraced, you know, so, they asked us, the nation asked for the school to be closed. Because the nation edict was everything had to be closed. You know, exception. Hey, somebody on it? Yeah, I'm doing this too. Yeah, so you hold this, God, hold it. Yeah, I'm promising. I don't want no interruptions, right? So God asked me. We came to the stakeholders, y'all, the face I'm looking at now, and those that put it in. Said, God, we're gonna close the school because of the pandemic. You know, we open the school for the children. It's about the safety of these children, right? And so when we closed it, we had the peanut gallery come. Those that come to church, that think I come to a parliament, that I'm absolved of my sins. They asked us, why you closed the school? I'm glad they asked me. I got no problem telling you how stupid that sounded. Microscopically, there's a virus in the atmosphere that's impacting everyone. I care nothing about your conspiracy theory. It is about the safety of this nation. And your best thinking was to come to me and those that are at that school, not you that lives in the comfort of your home. Why didn't we come to each? Listen, why didn't we come and hold a cipher in the yard with no mask so we can discuss should the school be closed? I said, you smoking some new drug here. Yeah, man. I care nothing about a book you read. Yeah, come on, my man. The black man is God, the white man is the devil. We understand that. We understand. Tell us what and how the devil is made. But first and foremost, it is about the safety and security of my nation. No, I didn't go to the peanut gallery to stand in room only. I went to the doer of the word, not the hearer and the listener. That's who I went to. Now, why am I speaking this manner? Because when you put work in, that must be in the background. So I'm not going to get caught up in that, get distracted. So my position here is that we all, like the God Sabu was saying, you need to put the work in. Right? Yeah, we need to, yeah, wherever that's coming from. Yeah, so anyway, I'm not saying that you have to be necessarily present and doing the same thing I'm doing, but putting nation work in. Or at least asking what it is that I can do. Me and Najee was just talking about that yesterday. I got no qualms with it. Right? Yo, God, why you come to everybody? Because everybody is not like mine. Why are you screaming? Because you need to hear that. I love you like cook food. But see, one of the many statements we make is that we are judged by our works and our deeds. Now listen to this. You ain't never got to come to a law school and sweep. You ain't never got to come to the law school, man, or anywhere for that matter. But at the very least, be a productive member of society in this world. That's what the law says, do. I mean, I here to hate. And although I did say who the black man is, who the white man is, we teach all human families, man. We're not here to, listen, we're anti anything that's against the growth and development of this here. And I'm not with apathy and laziness. And I brought up to God and a few other brothers, y'all as well. You know what I mean? And peace to those that's sitting in these seats, that's actually listening and not hearing. You know, because it's about learning reciprocally. Let me sit and hear what's being said. That's why it's in a popularity contest. That's why we had to put order, right? We had to put order to, you want to come in? Sign in. Because see, the school we were originally from is who screamed the loudest to get up here many moons ago. I'm next. No! And then, that was just, but the presentation wasn't right. Because you want healthy, strong, good breeders from you when you do that. You very well may have something very valid to say. But because of how I treated my brother, I ain't messing with them. Right? So we decided, hey man, you want to get up? Ain't no problem. Sign in. There's order to what we do. And the stakeholders decided to let's do that. Everyone is a stakeholder. That's why we go among you. What's your name? Where are you from? If you're a true 5%. What's today's mathematics? What you doing for us, man? Or what's your life look like? You know, yeah, we can all sit up here. Listen, I'm not, listen. A law school in Mecca is my alma mater. Everybody's for that matter. So it's the reason I'm going to jump on there like a whole lot of us to make sure that's right. There and abroad. I support anybody in our nation. My home's economy equals theirs a year to every mile. So I'm there supporting them. But I do need to understand that the parliament also is the universal gathering, right, of us coming together for the purpose of building and teaching. If you're not teaching, right, and I don't mean blowing hot air, but I'm not going to sit here and browbeat you neither. That's my favorite bill. I'm repetitive with that one. We got to watch the people that get up here, like Sabu scream loud. But when I hear him, it's not. I'm not downing you. I'm emphatically stressing my point. There's some people I had to usher because for 15, 20 minutes they want to talk, beat you in the head about how you nothing. Oh, we ain't building. Oh, we ain't doing this. No, that ain't what's happening. Builders go to build regardless to whom or what. But wisdom means to be what? Wise, that's right. I know who I need to speak to and go to get some things done. I ain't going to speak there, no question. Because you're not going to do nothing. You want to eat, wipe your lips, some. When's the next party? I'll come to the show and prove, but I'm not going to sweep, mop. I'm not going to do security. We'll take the $10. Absolutely, we need that. But what are you going to do? And listen to this one. Let something happen to those that are stakeholders that have something to do with the responsibilities of this nation. I'll break my neck trying to scream at Sabu. Ain't you 75% paper? Ain't you standing with doing the parliament? Ain't you Office of Cultural Management? And what you doing? See, you go straight to them when something wrong happened, right? But when I needed your help, you weren't there. No problem, though. Because God manifests, build to destroy. We're going to elevate regardless to whom or what. But I'm just speaking the truth here. Because more of that needs to be done. That when you hear the cry, like they got a family day on the wisdom power. I said, man, let me go to that. That's Born King and them out there in now just. The New Jerusalem, but let me support that. Because they support us. That's our nation. Because it's about support. About physically putting in work to elevate the standards of where we are. And lastly, let me say this. I know I'm going to get a whole lot of phone calls with this one. So we got 3 ideas going on. They're one. Check this one in. You got the foundation of the school. We're still talking to prefab, which has something to do with that. And we're about improvement of the school. But in all those things that I just named, they have to be grounded in 1 to 9. Mathematics is 1 to 9. If it is not that, then that idea, see, because because the day's degree refers to, Yaakov enforcing all laws, rules, and regulations while manufacturing the devil, right? But we changing the polarity. We're talking about how we enhance the standards of who we are and enforcing the signs of living mathematics as taught to us by our law. And by our law, a black man who came arm, leg, arm, head, and empowered everyone here with the knowledge and wisdom to do what they needed to do. But he was a stakeholder. Why was he a stakeholder? Because, check this one in. And I'm going to conclude on this note. And I kind of say that a lot, but I'm going to conclude. Yeah, because they knocked King, he was in his 30s. They knocked Malcolm, he was in his 30s, and knocked the law, he was the oldest, he was 41. Right? But what the law did was when he seen that Harlem, which is the heartbeat in the world, especially then, right? That's the black Mecca. That was about ready to go up. Nah, it took it. Yo, son, come on. Let us go, man. Gathered the guards together, and they stopped right there in the school. You don't even hear about that. That was paramountly big. Because you're in Harlem during the 60s, and you facilitated righteously a protest. Of course, both the good and the bad now wanted to know who Allah is then. But Allah understood in his community, he needed to be a stakeholder. Stakeholder, man, because it's where I live. That's why he said, man, go to work, go to school. We ain't overthrowing no government. You're the natural landlord. I squared off land right here in Mount Marlins Park so you can live in Syria somewhere. Our history best records that. We travel all over the world. Allah just came with it, like Divine Prince said, with a particular knowledge and wisdom at that time to give to us, but it's linked to who we are as original people. But make no mistake, we're not here to get up here to speak and sound good. What's your work? What are you doing? What are you doing for us, man? No, you ain't got to, check this one in. And when I ask that question, not so much what are you doing for the school, what's your life look like? What are you doing with that? I don't shoot the wounded, because I didn't get shot when I was doing my thing out here, acting crazy. All the guards did, they peacefully told me, look, let me talk to you over here for a minute. Yeah, no question. Yeah. At what point are you going to stop? Well, you like cook food, but you need to stop that. Like Jesus said in the Bible, give the devil his, and you give the righteous theirs. But you ain't going to have two. You ain't going to do two of them. You ain't going to wear the flag and the crown to my God, but you caught up. Now, I ain't talking about homelessness and all that. I get that, God. You reach out to your family. And what I mean by that is that because you down, that don't mean that I kick you because you down. But you got the solution, God. You got complete knowledge and wisdom of the cipher. Hopefully, that's everything in the universe. Mathematics teach you that. Like you put your backside in that fix, you get up out of that. And the reason why I speak adamantly like Sab on others, because we understand that reality. And there's no help in this nation if I'm not doing the right thing. But we need to continue to be stakeholders. And I agree with the God. I ain't here with the argument, with the Facebook and, listen, man, I ain't got time for that. Get up out of here, man. You a man? You got disagreement? They come, we're building, because there's different ways we build. Well, I ain't get caught up in that. And no, like right now, the God was just whispering to me. Mathematics, your God, because that's the way we communicate now. Two ways. I'm looking at you, but we electronically engaged in these sciences. You can't be naive with that. But again, our wisdom builds because we're wise. I know I'm not gonna get on there and whatever. Tell my brother, me and my brother Khan there. I tell him, don't get on there. Don't worry about it, man. Keep doing what you gotta do. Because you got to come to me and get at me or my family, you creep-ass individual, right? I speak like that too, right? And you're not building. And you stay where you at. But we ain't got time. We don't have no time for that, man. We've been on this earth for trillions of years. And that was only because we were looking for things outside of ourselves for trillions of years, before the creation of the white man and Yakub. Because what's the 10th degree say? Who is that mystery God? There is none. The Son of Man searched for that mystery God for what? Trillions. That's how long he been here. Physically walking. Right? Lost the knowledge of himself, and he looking into the knowledge and wisdom. The stakeholders had to come back. Yo, come here, man. Come here. Come here. Take the flag off. Take the flag off, man. Look, and when you ready, come on back. When you ready, we got it. When you ready, come on back. Yeah, we do that too. We enforce the law. I'll beat you where you stand. I'll beat you where you stand. I said that in French. I will beat you. I never forgot that. I got that from Medina. You better, just because you speak the truth and you're a stakeholder, I physically try to get at you too. Make no mistake, that still exists. Don't get comfortable here. Your enemy ain't playing. He's formidable. I put a flag. I seen it done. They put a flag on somebody while y'all was marching. While y'all went to City Hall and sent an agent with a Book Brothers suit. This was the one when Dumas spoke at City Hall. And Khalim and them said, yo, God, stay at the school. Stay at the school, God. I'm glad I did. That was the James Bond moment there. Yeah, this how deep that science was. And that degree spoke volumes. And the man, Mr. Fung, who was there facilitating, you not taking the school from us, confirmed when I went to Umala, who is this guy, by the way? Oh no, he's with us. I said, well, God, he's his flag. You playing games, don't make no mistake. You've come a long way, and we got a long way to go. But you, like I say, you the true and living God, he's the true and living devil. He ain't playing with you. He's not. And I ain't here to be paranoid. Like the God said, it's a peaceful day. All the above is caused by the Son of Man. But we not going to negate speaking the truth here neither. And we need the premise and the nucleus of what I'm saying is that you need to be a stakeholder. And here's what I'm talking about. You ain't got nothing to do, come to the school. Hey God, what y'all doing? You need school sweep the mop? You need grass cut? What do you need done? Ask that, what do you preach to the God? What's your name, God? Tell him your name. Why? Come out of nowhere. Jump over the gate like this. Here, God, boom. What do you need? Here, let me work. I got some work. Okay, bet, right. No, I didn't need a march or whatever, but I beautified what's there. Here go my physical work. You can see the tangibility of what I did. What did you do? What did you did you give us any water? What? Yeah, we asked. I brought up again universal justice and a handful of brothers because when the call was made, again, here go the stakeholders. It was only the stakeholders who came. And then when we huddled, okay, who's going to do this? That means you have to work from 1 to 9. After you come from work to come here, your word is your bond. You got to hold this down. You got to make sure these vendors is this is that. Make sure the school is this. Okay, God, I'll be there. Last shot, I'm in the background. When the God's calling me, oh God, oh my back, got my leg. I just went to the doctor. So what? I got you, King, who can barely walk. That's there every day. Every day. Huh? Are we? I got brothers with disabilities that have been around years, months, and days putting it in. I got men and women who could backflip leaps and bounds and just walk by like it's a social club. Peace, God, what's good? What you're doing? What we doing? So again, man, to be a stakeholder means someone who's putting the work in. What am I doing? Peace to the queen, she bringing the babies. That's right. That's what we talking about. If I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna bring them. Something, God. Because all that's relative to what we're doing. But this is not church. Because you sat there. I went to the rally. So what? What did you do there? Huh? Check this dude. You went there? What's my brother's name right there? Did you ask him? Yeah. Huh? You walking around here breaking bread and socialize. Who do you know? Did you ask him what's the day mathematics? Is he in tune with the tools to safeguard himself from the devil's civilization? How well does he know it? How do you see? See means to understand. Huh? We're not, I'm in my 60s. It's those that's older in their 70s that taught us that. We're not beyond examination. And examination is needed because examination shows are you at this moment in time ready? Because if you're in tune with the tools of the day's mathematics, then you know what it is. And my build is add on. What's add on mean? Come with something. Do something. Yeah, I'm not bragging. When my brother and my sisters in the past It was a handful of us. Didn't say nothing. Like Justice, Born Black, myself, Born Justice, a handful just jumped in there. Others too. We waste no time. Because again, although, man, we had to put it in because they wasn't there. That's what they taught me. Umar taught me that. We're not the 10th degree. We wasted no time for that. So let me get in there and let me do what I gotta do. And I take criticism. You know, my face don't change if you tell me I'm doing something wrong. That's needed as well. But at least coming off of that. But peace to you, man. You know, see you every day. I see you every parliament. But this parliament is a universal gathering for us to come together for the purpose of teaching. Yes, we enact laws and enhance, you know, what we need to do, right? And to make that science born to us. I'm not up here. This is not a popularity contest. This is not church. I don't need to sit here hearing you talk about from beginning to end how you took a transformation in your life. Yeah, we already know that. You gonna go through. Everybody went through what they went through. Love, hell, all right. You here, you building, get your life together, peace. But how do you make the sign of the days mathematics applicable? How does wisdom build or destroy? How does that apply to everybody here? And apply to everybody here because if you're not, you need to be a stakeholder. What do you mean by stakeholder? Once again, what are you doing here for us? Or what are you doing in your life, man? What are you doing? Like, who are you? Yeah, man. The manifestation of knowledge means to know. I need to say that, man, because again, I want to pack the parliament. Yeah, we want to pack it. But listen, man, if I'm packing it and all you're doing is just sitting there and you're not at least, that's why he paid visit each other's mind. Like, what did you learn, God? You got the parliament, what did you draw up? Because the parliament's here. We don't need you here then. Because again, this ain't like, we sitting up here doing this. Oh, God's sake, no, we ain't doing that. You ain't absolved of your sin. But, okay, we building, God. Calm down, Sasha. There you go. But I'm going to say, man, to y'all, peace to y'all. Builders build. You know what I mean? Y'all beautiful. We building regardless to whom and what. Oh, lastly, yeah, I go, right? Yeah, lastly, July 16th, we have the Philly trip. July 16th, I put a flyer out, $30 a seat, right? So if you're going, see me. People tell you that the trip is nice. When with that, I'm going to say, Kai, quiet, lost everything. Peace.
Peace to God's earth. Anybody that's billed, we being broadcasted live on 7 on Demand TV. So if you be in front of the phone, because they broadcasting live.
Okay.
Lord Jamel just called me and asked me to have people build in front of the phone.
Okay.
Peace, family. I'm God's divine Prince of Law. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, sure do.
I think you can. I got a pretty big mouth, man.
Sure do.
I got big intention.
That's right.
Right? And I'm overjoyed to see that this parliament is here. I'm overjoyed seeing some faces, man, that we don't see on the regular, and those that do see on the regular each and every day. Elisha just finished building on how wisdom should build, or how we should build with our wisdom, right? I am one that knows that wisdom is not only to be wise, or wise words spoken, I also know that wisdom means to know the difference, right? The wisdom build degree in the 1 to 40 speaks of a process that Yaakov went for his people in order to bring about the grafted man. Right? But my thing in saying this is, do you know the difference between today and yesterday? Because this country and other countries, matter of fact, the whole world is facing with a different paradigm than it was just a short while ago. You know what I'm saying? We're now in an age or at a stage, man, where the devil has agendas that he's put in place to change the whole thing around. And where it's going to be your part of it, he spoke about being a stakeholder. What is going to be your stake in this new land? And the things that are coming down now, where everything is so different. The way we teach, the way we communicate with one another, the food, the drugs, like anything you can name is different now because we are in a technocratic era now, where the transhumanism, transgenderism, all these other isms, man, that you had no sense about before are now coming into play. And what's going to be our part in it? Because it seems to me that they have all these great big ideas about a new age for America, that, like Star Trek on steroids, like smart cities, like GMO, but they're going past GMO foods. Now they have other laboratory foods, man. They're talking about doing away with the cattle. They're talking about taking away the automobiles. We have to face it, man, that the world has changed, and unless we change, we're going to be left behind. Matter of fact, that is on the board because the whole thing, man, is to depopulate us, to take us out of here, to limit the potential of our children to progress or to prosper. To progress or to prosper. You know? It's not unknown that they're a bunch of murderers and thieves. It's not unknown, man, that everything that they do is creating chaos. It is no mystery that there's a lot of uncertainty. But our wisdom has got to build, man, for a better tomorrow, not only for this country, but especially for our young. Because they are the future. Like Allah Shah said, man, some of us in our 50s, our 60s, our 70s, some of us are fortunate to have even been here. I ain't seen so many devices to help you walk. I ain't seen so many people overweight in my life. You have feet that you're being affected, and you cannot sit here and turn a blind eye to what's going on. But many say, what can I do? I'm powerless. We're powerless against the intentions of the people because we do not control a damn thing. We talk about a long time, man, having our own self-government, being self-sufficient, being able to determine our own destiny, right? And time after time, this runs into the realm of desire, but realize it's got to start somewhere with someone. All of us have a role to play in this nation. You know, and you should know exactly not only what your talent is, but what you can bring to us to help this nation advance into the future. And not be stuck, man, in thinking, man, that the rules that were there in 1964 are the same rules that are going to be here in 2024. We've got to wake up and realize, but more or less realizing, we've got to teach exactly what's going on. People are looking for solutions. People are impoverished, would love to take advantage of some of these things we see in the movies or on television, where it's put towards us on social media. What about our young? What are they facing? Right. Right. Okay, pardon me, family. I've been told to inform you some things before I can get going, man. First of all, the building right over there is the bathroom. The bathrooms are going to be open for the duration of this parliament. Also, the list up here, there's 2 pages. One is for those that want to speak, and those that have nation's business, please sign the second page. All right? Is everybody understanding that the first sheet is for speakers, the second sheet is for those that have something to bring forward to us as far as nation's business. Back to my point. This is not 1964, 1984, 1994. This is 2023, and you've got to realize exactly where we're at, where you stand in this nation, where our people stand. We see an influx of a whole lot of people coming from other places, and there's a reason for that. They're coming from everywhere, right? We're finding, man, that the educational system in this society, they're failing. They're failing. All this technology and all the things that they intend to put into effect, A lot of us are not up on it. Some of us barely know how to get up on Zoom, which has become a new form of us to communicate with one another. And I hope the things I'm saying will cause someone, man, to have an open ear to my intention for telling you this. I take stock of the fact, man, that we are a 5% as a teacher, but a teacher must continue to study. You've got to study and learn what is going on, right? If you're not educated in these things, get educated because, man, they are casting you out 100%. And those of us, man, that have power and realize our power, realize that you're just not going to do anything you want to do to Divine Prince or to Rajiv or to Father Unique Supreme, to any God that understands the time. You got to understand the time. It's well and good, man, that you have love for this nation, but this is the nation not only of promise, but this is the nation also of accomplishment. We have brothers and sisters, man, that are true movers and shakers in this world. And this is not to slight anyone, because every one of you are up to the same potential. In my mind, a 5% that is just and true, that is willing to give all that he has to see our nation advance, I will support him to the hill. You may not like him, and a lot of us have this thing, man, where I don't like this one, I don't like that one. Liking's an emotion. The same as smell. And you like what you smell, you don't like what you smell. But then I question, why? Why? Wisdom, power, why? It's not enough, man, just to, man, have a question, but to have solutions. And the only way you're going to find a solution to get us and our people out of hell is by keep on studying, keep on multiplying. You got to look and see the whole picture, what they're faced with. Transgenderism is off the chain. And time after time, they got posters up, they got shows up, commercials up, and saying that they have the same equality that you have. But no, they have more rights than you have. And pardon me for these old GC lips. I don't want to hit you on the head, but Divine Prince is certain, man, that you and I must come together, man, to be able to, man, form a means for us to go into the future, man, and our nation's progress not be stunted by idiocy that's out here. We're in New York, you are seeing a total police state. There's a camera everywhere. There's no getting away with anything. You're finding, man, that the drugs are different. A little grain like this is taking out people all over. And it's not just us. Some of these good old white people that had sent their children to college and had all these hopes and dreams, they're dying off. We advocate, man, we stand against crime. We also stand against using drugs. Using drugs. Using drugs. I'm not here, man, to like criticize you, but for you to take another look at where you stand and what you're doing. Where you stand and what you're doing. What are you doing? Used to be a time, man, with Parliament open, there'd be standing room on. Now we come in at 2 o'clock, at 2:30, 3 o'clock. Nobody wants to get up here and bed. I can understand the hesitancy sometimes when you ain't got nothing to give, but all the time, I see the same faces in every parliament, and I look and I see you never get up here and manifest who you are or what you're doing. Bring your wife, your earth, whoever. Bring your children. If we are a nation, in fact, man, that means, man, that we are doing the 5 things that a nation does. And that building, man, is like God said, is to construct something. Our own home, our own schools, our own industry. This is the goal. Now, I'm God wisdom years old, man. God wisdom years old. And I've seen the best come and some of the best leave. But I've also seen some of the worst come. And we got rid of that. So I would like to think that those that are here today are the ones, man, going to carry this nation into the future. Because it's about the future. And I'm not just talking about, well, way beyond it. 10, 15 years, tomorrow will be another day. Maybe today you decide that you'll make a greater effort to do something for your nation. Because doing for your nation, you are also doing for yourself. I'm not going to hold up anything here. I just wanted to say that. The next speaker will be universal justice. Universal justice, you ready? Come on, God. Peace, family. I love you all.
Peace, family. Universal justice falls from the desert. Peace. You know, it's been a minute, man. Pardon me. I'm happy to say, man, May 7th made 40 years in the nation, man. And I can remember it like day one. Peace, my brother's here. And I never forget my first parliament, 1983. And when I came, I was 14. I never been nothing else. You know how the young people say, you came off the porch? I came off the porch into this. Never been nothing else. Muslim, blood, Crip, nothing. This. Learn the good, the bad, the ugly with this. It's okay. Still here. When I came here, my first parliament, Harriet Tubman, standing room only. The battle call was free Born-a-Law and save our school. Born-a-Law is free. All the way free. Peace. He's all the way free. We still saying save our school. When I was a child coming here, because even in this nation at 14, you're still a child. I'm thinking free Born-a-Law, I'm thinking like free Mamiya. I'm thinking like this is a political prisoner. He's in jail for killing the devil or sheriff or something, or for teaching. That wasn't the case, but nevertheless, it is what it is. He's home, he got home, and he's home. The other part was save our school. I know brothers was going through things with the government, with that, or whatever at the time. And being from the desert, we wasn't really taught about that. Where you want me at, guys? Right here? Okay, peace. All right. We wasn't there. We wasn't really taught about the school. I wasn't taught about how to come to law school. When I got knowledge of self, first of all, the reason why I got knowledge of self was for intelligence. All right? I was already a smart young man, but I wanted to be more intelligent. And the oldest amongst us was 18. We didn't have older guards. And probably by then, by about 1983, a lot of you were probably on doing your thing because this was the height of the crack epidemic. Okay? And I watched this, and I can't remember if it was the same exact parliament, but I remember firstborn Prince building. And he came and he said, and I'll never forget this. He said, a law school needs $150 for the light bill. Anybody remember this? I said, okay. And I'm doing the knowledge, right? Even in 1983, $150 was a lot of money. Cool. Come out my pocket, young guard. I give you money, no problem, add on. 15 minutes later, he comes back again. That wasn't enough money. You need to take another collection. I said, okay, add it on again. As time went on, you get older, you start learning things, you start learning history. And I brought this up to a person because when I was working at that school, man, I was met with some things and I said, hey, I wonder if he had the $150 the first time. When I came to that school to do the work, there was 4 things that brothers would tell me. One was, don't worry about the school, just pay attention to the yard. No problem. The other one was build around them. That means I have to go around people to get things done. The third one was,
Go ahead.
what was the third one? The third one was, Harvey, I'm trying to remember this because it's kind of important. The third one was stay out of harm's way. That was the third one. The fourth one was, you know you're stopping brothers from doing what they really want to do. I don't know what they really meant by that because when I was there, a law school in Mecca, outreach center for the growth and development of youth. So when I'm there, that's what I'm working on, that's what I'm working for. So now, what I want to do is I want to appeal to the young in this nation, whether you're here or not, because I received a phone call, all right, and some young brothers want to get involved. And as I told brother, I said, listen, I'm not fighting over none of this shit. It ain't mine to fight over. I'm not fighting over none of this, all right? And some of these children, some of these young people have grown up, they're born in the nation, and they want to fight you. I think that's horrible. For what these teachings are, and for what this is, and from where I came from, and from why I got this knowledge, I think that's horrible that our young people want to fight us here. And this is a state of mind that's happening in New York. Because brothers will stand up here and tell you, well, this is a young nation. They're doing fine in Texas. They're building in North Carolina. They're building in Virginia, all right? Everybody all over the world want to argue, fight, and love 2122. The building's still broke. I don't know what it is that at any given time that people work in that building, a law school has a tendency to bite the hand that feeds them. Growing up, watching these brothers take this collection and watching this nation struggle with money and, you know, this is going to happen and we doing our thing and the money disappeared. This is going to happen and we doing our thing and something happens and there's fires and fighting, people getting killed, you know, in this building. And you can't help but keep that up front because a lot of things that's history is still present. And it's kind of hard to move on, even though we make strides, all right, to build positively or productively, because let's be honest, 2122 could have been fixed 50 years ago. It could have been fixed 40 years ago. It could have been fixed 30 years ago. It's not fixed. Rappers, actors, professional athletes have come to this nation to give you money to add on. Who is building with them? You stand up here and brothers tell us, I walk with the law, firstborn said, older God said, I learned from the best. The best at what? Is this our best? Is this the best we got? I was moving around Friday looking for a building. It's out in Harlem to find a permanent spot for the parliament. I have a different, I'm not no longer interested in, well, let's just say this. I'm not going to fight over 2120. I'm not doing that. I know it's issues with the vendors because the vendors tell me that. Hey, I can't do that no more. I can't be around there anymore, all right, like that, because I don't feel good about it. When I was there, I felt good about it. And the thing about that is watching people struggle for money. I always said, when I came home in 2006, I sat quiet for 7 years, and I watched people argue over money, money this, money that, the money this, the money that, and I said to myself, if I ever had the opportunity to nation build, you would not have to go through that. And I did that. I stood up here every month, because when I say nation building, it's nation business, nation building. I don't care what plan you have, you can't do nothing without the people. And it's always about the people, and especially the young first. Sometimes people say we God bashing, you bashing God. We're holding you accountable, all right? And when you're an adult and a grown person who love children and you take care of children, yeah, you're supposed to have a strong, clean, proper environment for these children. People say, bring these babies, bring these babies, bring these babies. That classroom floor was about to fall in, okay? And fine, you don't want to close the school? I almost had to hit a cat in the head with a bat to do the floor. I can't fix the floor if you're standing in the building, period. All right, but this is the understanding that you have. Don't close the building, fine. How are you going to fix it? Because it should have been fixed, all right? And many people have come here to help you in the past, and their experience has not been good. They've been snaked. I heard Hashim call this young brother a spy or agent because he said the school is not being used properly. I said, well, maybe he misspoke. Maybe he doesn't mean that. Maybe he's saying that the school could do more. That's the way I say it. Because the beauty about working there, and the reason why I was able to spend so much time there, is because it's wide open. There's so much you can do there. All right? I got that yard up. When that yard was set ablaze, it was worth $62,500 for the year. I'm not giving you any money for that building or anything with that building because you have the resources there. You have to deal with it righteously, period. Period. You have everything you need in 21, 22. And agents are people who will put a high-end condo on land that you say you own and don't give nobody no money. Those are agents. And who was sitting on that? The best? Who was sitting on those committees? The best? Are these the people you learning from? Let's keep it real. I didn't want to stay, and this is why I took 5 years to come back, man, because I wanted to celebrate my 40th here. But I'm not the kind of God, man, that's going to sit around. I don't care if you're my brother. I don't care. Me and Boy, we love each other. We go through each other. I'm not going to let somebody do something wrong that's going to go conflicted to what we're trying to do and not say anything. How you going to tell me to separate the school from the yard? It's all right, though, when you need toilet paper, when you need the bathroom cleaned, when you need the roof fixed, when I had to repaint the flag, fix the boiler. And see, because I've been an owner and a maker, I know what goes into those kind of things. I know what it costs or how it costs, whatever the case may be. I know that you have to do it yourself. Trust me, being a homeowner, you become a Mr. Fix-It because it ain't no superintendents. All right, you can't call no landlord when you're an owner. All right? So I want to appeal to the young people, man, because you really have the power. So when that lease is up, ain't none of us going to be here. And I'm going to tell you something. I got a play at 60. You think I'm going to be up here fighting and arguing and yelling about something out there at 21, 22? I'm not. And it hurt my feelings, man, to hear brothers say, well, I want to see something before I die. Well, you better get together, man, and start doing something righteously because it could have been done. And it should have been done by now. I've watched people, snake righteous people, and you sit back and you watch it. Father Bouchard, good brother, he started the yard. Ramel maintained the yard. I elevated the yard. Period. That's what youth do for you. See, LeBron James got swept by them young boys, right? Sometimes you have to change the team. Sometimes you have to get a new coach. All right? But don't worry, it won't be me. I'm good. Because I know people, you know, it's going to be a thing. See what I'm saying? It's been a lot of disrespect. And not just for me, but different people. You know, and these rebuttal bills up here, you know, is Umalah's son here today? Of course not. That brother was harassed, assaulted, snaked, and stressed out to the day he returned. And I know because I walked and talked with him. To the day he returned, that brother was being disrespected. And then we want to have a day to honor him. Instead of partying, have a party and clean up that damn school or clean up that yard. Because we can do that. Them 5%ers throw a mean party. Always something to celebrate. It's not a young nation, it's an immature nation in New York. Because everybody else is doing just fine everywhere else. I don't know this devilish European egotistical alpha god or whoever, older, whatever. Listen, we all in the same boat right now. We all in the same boat. Firstborn, newborn, born in the nation. Here we are. Is it better now? Umalah not here. Is it better? Cypher not here. Is it better? C.I. Quill gone. Is it better? I'm gone. Is it better? You good now? Everything all right? No problems, huh? It didn't lose on me that the burglaries and all the stuff in the yard stopped happening when CLR left. I brought you a righteous man there.
You on national TV.
Okay, I'm telling you what it is, though. I'm having a moment with my family. That's family out there. And I don't bill for likes. I don't care about no that. Because that ain't where I got it. Wasn't no TV. When I got knowledge at 14, I was attracted to the wisdom. All right, young brothers building on the corner. I teach on the corner. They say we don't. I'm in the trap. Welcome. I'm in the trap. I teach in the trap like the law taught in them bars and in them gambling dens, all right? Everybody knows that, right? That's no secret. I'm not being disrespectful, am I? Because I know you get hypersensitive about it. Or they'll say, well, you learned this, or you can't say nothing. If I don't say anything, you die. If I don't repeat your history, you die. And I'm repeating it because I understand it. I'm sorry, I didn't have a law. I was born 1968. I didn't have a law. I didn't have firstborns. And I hate to say that I was self-taught, but maybe I was. I don't know. I studied, and then I studied people. I always did the knowledge. The reason why I was successful with everything that I did because I did the knowledge, and I did it for 7 years. I learned, and I did it because I heard everything that you were saying. Every time I come up here, and this is what I tell young people when I get the chance to build them, pay attention in the parliament. Don't be on your phone. Don't let nobody side talk you. Pay attention to the parliament. That way you'll know what's going on. And that's how you know how to build. I did it in Medina, Cypher. I call it Cypher, I don't call it parliament. All right? And I learned from all of you. And that was something I wanted to do, man. I wanted to do that for you, man. I wanted to give you your money, man, so you didn't have to go up here begging, because I don't like that. And anybody who really know me, I hate when brothers is doing bad. I get in God's ass when you're doing bad. I don't care what you want, because it ain't all the brothers that's doing their thing. It ain't them. Listen, man, you have people that are not in this nation, and you're giving them power. And you rocking with them because you know them for a long time. These motherfucking snakes, they been checked out. A lot of these cats been checked out. They just speak your language. And you caught all up. Somebody ran over somebody about 2 years ago, right? Doing something with Black Sun. And I already know how that went. Yeah, dropping names, told you some history way back. Oh yeah, that's the guard. You know him, you know him. Yeah, here. And gone. Because I tell you something. I went in there, I fought every damn day, and there wasn't not one blonde-haired, blue-eyed white devil. Not one. And I never had to fight so much to be gone or do something righteous than that school. Never. So I ain't knocking it now because I ain't there. Okay. And if it's getting better and it's great and you're doing good, I'm happy for you. I wish I could be a part of it, but I can't. Because I'm not going through that. But you better start paying more attention to these people and the people you got standing up here and these people that you putting on these committees, because trust me, I done sat in all those meetings. I done heard all that stuff already. I stopped going to meetings because I already knew my job. I already know what I got to do. What else is there to talk about? Sitting up here trying to be the swiftest. I said this and he said that, and this one know this and this one know that. Here we are. All this supreme intelligence. All this knowledge and wisdom and misunderstanding.
Done?
I am done, God. I am.
Next.
Peace.
Come on, lads, let's go.
Faith.
Peace.
In the name of the true and living God, who is the law, supreme being and cream on the planet Earth, our Asiatic ruler, with the Son of Man. A lot of y'all don't realize that, it takes currency to keep this paper going, and also that the knowledge that's in here is from the firstborns that got it from Allah. Now, the science of this is that, when I was with Universal Shamgar, he told me about this month. They call this the spaghetti month. And the story with that is that if you caught on or addicted to anything, you know what I'm saying? It's about time to leave that one alone. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. I'm gonna read you a little bit of what I wrote. In the name of the true and living God, who is Allah, so I greet the nation of the God of the earth in the highest respect of the universe, which is peace. I, his son, Asiatic ruler Allah, give all praises due to Allah. He is the maker and the owner of the universe, for he gave us the founder of the Son of Man, Universal Shamgar Allah. He gave us his understanding of the universe. He gave us his understanding of the universe that Allah gave him. He also united the seeds of the original man. He taught us that a seed is a seed, and that every black seed must have a brown seed and a yellow seed. He taught us that the nation will always stay united. For Shamgar's black seed is Jaqi, and his brown seed is Sahim Allah. In the head of Medina, they taught the truth of the original man that Allah gave us. We are the strongest nation on the planet and in the universe. We must always add on to the children in our world. Now that takes me to one of the things that Universal Shamgar taught. Sahim Jaqi and I about the month of May. Master Allah why? And it was said that to be Lord and Master of addiction, you must leave it alone. Stay away from both drugs and alcohol because the month of May will put you to the test. I remember when USA would say that in May, you leave the alcohol and drugs alone. May is called the spaghetti month. If you were not hooked on anything, you could leave it alone. But if you could not, it was because your minds were not strong enough and they had fallen victim to it. That brings the mind to the story about a fish that was getting a worm on a hook. It turned out to be spaghetti. And it ended up getting hooked. It was over for the fish. It's just like using drugs and alcohol. You think that you're getting something from it, and then you find out only death and destruction comes from it when you get hooked. All right? By the spaghetti, you thought that was a worm. So take heed what is in front of you. It only keeps your mind blurry and your body continues to break down and begins to have ailments caused by the drinking and drugging. We are lords and masters of all worlds. And the only way to master it is to leave it alone. May the peace and blessing of Allah stay with the family. In the name of Allah, your brother and servants of Allah, Asiatic ruler of Allah. Now, I'm letting you know that what's in this paper, you know what I'm saying, is what the firstborns was given. Universal Shamgar, Jaki, and ABG. And all I can tell you is that, you know, if you want to get the paper wherever you at, you know, you can send me a Gmail and take this down closely. ASICTICRULLAH@gmail.com. Wherever you at, if you want to get subscriptions to the man, you can get them. You know, you can get them by the month and everything like that. It's all up to you. And I'm just here to say that I'm here about spreading this knowledge. Wisdom build or destroy. I'm building and destroying that negative that's in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that drink and drug, that's your business. That's what you do. I don't do it. For 17 years and 19 days, I've been clean and serene of all of that. And I'm keeping my mind clear and straight. And I'm letting you know that regardless of whom or what, I'm going to build with this nation and keep on building, no matter what. 45 years in the knowledge of self. That's all being born to born. And I'm making it born that this nation is the greatest nation on the planet Earth, and that we will build and add on, regardless to whom or what. So all those that's doing negative and everything and trying to keep the nation down, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. For the very simple fact that we are the gods and we are stronger than any weakness that you can ever bring about. And with that, I like to say peace.
Peace. Come on, Lord.
Peace.
Peace.
My name is Allah Light. Today's mathematics is wisdom, build, and destroy. Wisdom is the tangible evidence of knowledge, of what you know. It's also this building. It's something tangible. Build is build. Right? Now, there's a lot of things going on. And I just want to say this. First thing Allah told my older brothers is to love each other. And that's what we got to bring back. The love for each other. Brothers don't even check on brothers no more. Brothers is dying in their house by themselves. And brothers is not checking on each other. How we gonna build if we don't love each other? How we gonna produce some things if we don't love each other? If we don't respect each other? It's impossible. So what we got to do as a nation, because we all held responsible. Ain't no big eyes, ain't no little U's. We all have a purpose and a responsibility to this nation. So I'm saying this to everybody, man. Let's love each other, man. Let's respect each other. Let's build some stuff that is tangible for these children and destroy the idea that we are different, because we're not. Man, listen. Only person I can talk about is Allah Light. I can't talk about nobody. That's gossip. My big brothers told me, Allah said, talk about yourself. And let them tell you everything that's going on. And all you got to do is deny. And you'll see. So, I've been doing the knowledge. And I see my brothers in Mecca trying to do some things. I see my brothers in Medina trying to do some things. I see my brothers abroad from New York, from out of New York, trying to do some things. But what I don't see is everybody supporting each other. And that's the problem. We don't support each other. We got to start each other. Listen, man, you go to any neighborhood, the Arabs is running everything. Ain't no black stores in the neighborhood. It's Arabs. And then they talk to you like you ain't nothing. And we the greatest nation in the world. The greatest nation in the world. But we can't love each other enough to build, to be born. And that's it. So I say this in closing because I know it's nation business. And all this is nation business. But we got to bring it back, man. I got good brothers. I got bad brothers. But guess what? I love them all. I ain't got no clique. I ain't got a buddy system. My brother is my brother. Good, bad, or indifference. My brother is my brother, and my sister is my sister. Good, bad, or indifference. The love got to come back. The respect for each other got to come back. And with that, I say peace.
It's nation's business.
Peace to the gods and earth. I be Allah's mathematics. And I see today's mathematics being wisdom, build, and destroy, all being born into knowledge, add-on, cipher. Wisdom, build, and destroy. Your ways and actions must live out mathematics, supreme mathematics, daily, every second, every minute, every hour. I sincerely live Allah's mathematics. I have been striving hard to apply it to every single thing that I do. Whenever I conduct business, it's all about conducting business in the form of applying supreme mathematics. Calling myself God and trying to withhold 6 trillion terms of unit followed by 21 cycles is a job. Living this out every day is a job. It's something that you must be prepared for. What do I do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? I'm the liaison for the Office of Cultural Management. One of my responsibilities is building with institutions all across the United States. I have a bill taking place with Texas Department of Corrections this week. I'm dealing with, getting guards going inside Victory of Laws correctional institutions. A deposition just took place in South Carolina last week, assisting the lawyers so the nation of God's earth can get recognized in South Carolina. Moving on, preparing for the gods and earth here and now wide to start going in and teaching the tenets and practices of our way of life to all human families in New York State correctional facilities. Besides me also adding on the things that have to be done at a law school in Mecca. And plus my Justice Cipher born. I always found time to strive to live this out sincerely every second, every moment of the day. Told myself when it comes to time, when I get myself right and exact, I'm ready, I'm going to withhold this weight and bring this along. Now, part of all the responsibility is I'm part of the prefabricated building project. Every month, I say I was going to come and tell you, I've been saying that since September of 2021. Now I'm going to tell y'all what's in the account. We have $7,346. If you ask me, why did I say $3,759 last month? Because we pay $13 maintenance fee at TD Bank every month. I told you anytime you want to know what's in that account, because there ain't no money being taken here. No shiesty stuff being seen here. You contact me, Divine Prince, or Born Black, or even Allow You Justice, who's now a part of the prefabricated building project. What are we doing when it comes to this prefabricated building project? For the last month and a half, we've been having Zoom conferences with Tamari, Bilal, Beloved, Black Justice, and Hashim. Myron's been part of it too as well. They have professionals, you know what I'm saying, in this nation, you know what I'm saying, who understands what it takes to put construction projects together. And we've been having builds with them of what we could do to put on that property. We have 70 by 80 foot of space that we're looking to put a prefabricated building on in the law school of Mecca. It's more space than that. This is just a prefab building. We have come together to find the right type of building that's possible to put on this property, something that will last more than the 55 years that was given to us by Boss Buildings. Anybody who heard me gave bills about the prefabricated building project, we was given bid proposals from two companies. One was Boss Buildings, and the other one was Patriot Steel. But dealing with guards in this nation, who's professionals in this field, Black Justice being one of them, shows that we need to look into getting a precast, prefabricated building, which will give us more longevity. And it's something that's still tangible that we can do. And he's been, you know what I'm saying, we've been looking up some companies, me, Divine Prince, and Allow You Justice, on finding the right companies that can help us put together this precast, prefabricated building. Now, we've been having Zoom conferences just about every week, every other week, when it comes to this project. And we hope to be soon within the next couple months to be able to present a proposal to this nation, a physical proposal, so y'all can actually see, not just pictures, but also video diagrams of what this building will look like that's going to be on a law school and Mecca property. Now, for those that contact me in Florida, California, Detroit, North Carolina, Victory Law, let me give this bill. I have to give this bill now. I get questions about particular brothers being part of this project because of things that have taken place in the past. Trust me, we are going from knowledge to born and born back to knowledge when it comes to making sure that everything that we're doing is right and exact. People ask me, well, what's going on with the property? Do we have the property? Do we own the property? What's going on? From my understanding, from me doing my knowledge and my research, let me give you my build on that. Mayor Lindsay, with the help of Barry Gothra, got that property for simple fact because we was doing community building and work at 2122 Adequate Power Boulevard, which is now called a Law and Justice Way. As long as we continue to do that same build that Allah did, we will keep being possessors and owners of that property. Let me reiterate that. Because I question a particular guard who's part of the guards who's looking at doing another project down the line. But what did the city say? If we doing something that's conducive to the community, about the growth and development of the community, that they're going to sign that property over to us. So let me be clear with that. By de facto, we are owners of the property because we've been on that property for over, understanding the culture site for years. But as long as we keep on doing what Allah did when it comes to the growth and development, not just the youth, but all human families in general, yes, we would remain on that property. Why do you think it has never been taken from us? Because me, yes, everything's based on duality. There's negative, there's positive. You're not going to have positive unless there's some form of negativity. That build degree tells me about many different layers of current, real cold or warm, some very swift and changeable. So I'm prepared for that. But it's not going to stop me from continuing to build and add on the way I'm supposed to add on. Now I have to say this. If anybody wants to know or question anytime they want to see the paperwork or what's in the account, they can contact me, Divine Prince, or Born Back anytime. I'm also going to speak about the brothers who hold the Law Street Academy account. Anytime I hear somebody speaking or saying anything about stuff that happened 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, I'm speaking about the now. The gods of earth that's part of the committees that's holding this account, the financial account that's holding down what's had to be done at law school in Mecca, is doing everything righteously. What negativity have you heard coming from 2122 out of Penn Power Boulevard? I haven't been hearing about no money being taken or being misused. Just this past week, brand new gutters was put around law school in Mecca. The revitalization of a law school in Mecca project is going to be the first project to start first. That's the repaving of the vendor yard and also the foundation, structural foundation of a law school. Then after that, it's going to be the prefabricated building project. Now, this could be done several ways. It's going to be fundraisers taking place for us to build, get up this goal. Of course, we've been asking for donations when it comes to this. There's also grants that can be written for us to get this project going. And last but not least, and hopefully we don't have to go to that, is asking for a loan. For some fact, because the money's going to be made back to God. I'm not talking 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 25 years ago. Due to knowledge of what's been taking place at a law school in Mecca within the last cultural years, power years, tell me, what negativity have you seen taking place?
Peace, Lord.
What misuse of money has been taking place? If you cannot see that there's gods on earth right now that's dedicated to the growth and development of a law school in Mecca in this nation, you're not using your supreme mathematics properly. Every second, every minute, every hour, you're supposed to use the supreme mathematics. I don't care what you thought about him yesterday, tomorrow, you're supposed to use the supreme mathematics to see him differently. Because you don't know what he might cleaned up. You don't know what she might cleaned up. Anybody have any questions? Contact Born Justice. Contact the Law Savior. Contact the Law You Justice. Contact Born Black. Contact the Divine Prince. Contact the Law Shaw. Contact me. I strive to make this knowledge available to everybody. You know why? Because I was in the dark. I didn't have a proper understanding of how to apply this. Sincerely. I constantly got to deal in different states how something that's not even part of the nation, gods and earth, is used as a manual as how this nation is supposed to be taught. That's something I got to deal with too. Still trying to get John Ali III, who was Elijah's third son or fourth son, his book as something that's being used as corporation for the nation of God's earth in North Carolina. Fighting that now. I'm also starting a new fight. How they just taking our items and putting in the commissary and they selling it for themselves. After I deal with that, how are we going to deal with Etsy, eBay, and Amazon, who also selling our products? Because that's another cipher. We should be the sole controllers. We should be the sole controllers of how this is being distributed and manifested. That's part of our duty also as the Office of Cultural Management. Anytime, call me, text me. I'm at a law school in Mecca. The Office of Cultural Management meets the first and third Sunday of every month at the Knowledge Hour. I'm there. Anything that you need to know. And with that, I'm going to say peace. Father Shabon. Father Shabon.
I'm taking this plate.
Hey.
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 I can't hear y'all. Hey.
Hey. Hey.
You get that big stuff in there.
My name is Father Shabon, eternal great monologue from Medina.
Peace.
Most of y'all know that already.
Doing the Philly trip.
Dealing with the science of nation business here on the Wisdom Building Story
Yeah.
Degree Day.
July 16th.
The first thing I want to say, there was a lot of different bills that came up here. You know, some of it was building, some of it was personal rhetoric, you know, and some of it was straight nonsense, you know. But I'll get back to that. Being at this nation building, I just want to bring to light to y'all, on the 10th of June, I will be doing my tour, a law tour. This year's going to be a little different. I'm going to be giving out t-shirts. First come, first serve. Okay, I'm going to say it again, I'm going to be giving out t-shirts free. I'm not charging you. First come, first serve. We also going to have beverages, water, you know, mainly just water because that's all I drink. I don't drink no soft drinks and none of that stuff. You know, you can't look like this doing all that. All right? I'm going to just be real. You know, you can't. You know. Now, nation business down in Medina, I built about a crucial topic in the event that happened with gods and earth. What y'all need to understand, okay, let me make this clear. What y'all need to understand, again, all regions, what y'all need to understand, Allah never taught none of his sons, and you notice I said his sons because at the time there were no women, okay? No disrespect to my sisters, there were no women. He never taught none of them to beat on no woman for no reason. And I'm not going to stay on that topic long, but you need to understand the science of social equality, what it really is, and having equality inside your universe. Having equality inside your universe, let me be clear on that so you have a great understanding of what I'm talking about. Having equality in your universe, meaning man, woman, and child. If you got you an earth, fine. If you got you a God, fine. Y'all have a mutual understanding, you know, within your universe. So whatever go on inside your universe, you and your earth have to agree upon that. And remember, let's stay in the order of the universe. The order of the universe is not moon, star, and sun. The order of the universe is sun, moon, and star. And it's like that for a reason. You know why? Because guess what? My earth could never be 7.
Okay, God, come on, man.
She's 6. She's going to stay 6.
Peace, y'all. Stop.
I don't care what you do. I don't care what the devil tell you. I don't care what the devil present to you. I don't care what the devil use to make you think in his form of trick knowledge with all these letters, what is it, LGBTQT and stuff. And I'm not disrespecting nobody because anytime you walking around here, birthed a man and thinking that you a woman, something is fucking very wrong. You sick. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple, you sick. I don't care if you get something sewed on down there as a phallus. You still a man. You don't believe me? Get arrested and see where they put you at. All right? So you need to understand that. You know, let's not get beyond ourselves and to ahead. Again, take it back to what I said. You must understand the female and male relationship in the nation of gods and earth. This is not, you know, caveman days and stuff like that where I got a club and I'm going, hey, get down on your knees and stuff. No, we ain't moving like that. No. I got to put a little humor into it, you know, because, you know, we got to have an understanding here, you know. Y'all know how I get down. I don't care if you get offended. You know, because I was taught by the great from Medina like that. I don't care if you get offended because the truth don't have no friends. The truth don't have no feelings. The truth is absolute. You know what I'm saying? You may cry from the truth. You may wake up. Just like this nation, you know what I'm saying? Just like this culture is for everybody. But guess what? Everybody not for it. You see? It's a thing that I was taught from when I was like 13 or 14 probably, that many shall come, a few shall be chosen, and the ones that's chosen do what? Choose themselves. You see? That's the thing about this nation, what makes us so great. There's many things that make us so great, but one of the things that make us so great is that yourself, once you get into yourself and understand yourself, then you on your way. You see, and I got to speak about one of the first laws that Allah gave his son. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's wrong here too. One of the very first laws that Allah gave his son was, guess what? To clean yourself up. Okay? To clean yourself up. So when you get this knowledge, you should change. You know how I know you should change? Because guess what? Allah went to the worst of the worst and taught them. He turned many young, wild, crazy little boys, adolescents, and teenagers into God while they was out there doing everything I'm about to say. Robbing, stealing, murdering, part of gangs and stuff like that. They changed their life around. Yeah, some of them might have got caught up in 6, and some of them still caught up in 6 and can't get out of it. When I say that, I'm talking about far as getting high on certain different things. But again, that's your prerogative if you want to do that, because you know the answer how to master that. Say it again? There you go. You know how to master that. You know, so we have to understand that. But that male-female relationship in this nation is very, very, very important. You know why? Because you don't know it, my brothers, speaking to all the guys right here, you don't know it, you're going to go as far as your black woman. You need her by your side. You need her by your side. You might think to myself, no, I don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of doors that she can open for you that you can't yourself. But that's not to say that you submitting to the will of her, because everybody know that she submit to the will of God, regardless of whom or what. If she reflecting your life, she gonna submit to God. That's the natural order of the universe. Peace. You good, dog? You good? Peace. I'm all right, dog. Peace. You know, and like I said, our black woman is the sacred site. You should protect her, respect her at all times. And remember, it's polarity, it's a balancing scale. To my sisters, you should respect your God at all times as well, regardless of whom or what. You see, because a lot of us got in our head, I'm the God, nobody can tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us got it in our head like that. I'm the God, nobody can tell me nothing. But what you fail to realize, everything in this universe is governed by law and order. Everything. Everything in this universe is governed by law and order. Even this nation have laws, rules, and regulations that might not be mentioned in your lessons. However, but was born the universal truth. Again, in the early years, there's certain rites of passage that many of you don't even abide by no more. You see, many of you don't even abide by it no more. You just come here to every parliament and everything. Peace. Peace, God. Peace, God. You know how many gods? I see a lot of gods out here that have been peacing me for over 20 years. I don't know your honorable name. I don't know where you live at. I don't know nothing. All I know is peace, God. You know what I'm saying? That's not social equality. The only way we can move forward is doing what? Coming together. Allah said, son, when you got any problem or where you want to see him, come together as one. I understand the Father and Son is one and the same, but we ain't going to rise unless we come together, meaning being on the same page. You know, the talking about this God, this one saying that, and all this kind of stuff, all that got to stop, you know? And we shouldn't mention nobody's name if they're not here. You see? That's one thing I don't do. I don't mention, because guess what? When you mention another person's name and they ain't here, whether it's bad or good, all you're doing is giving him power, or her power. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't even here. But moving forward, I just want to say this, and do realize, Allah Mathematics was up, Allah Mathematics was up here. He was mentioning about brothers who's at the helm and stuff like that. All of y'all are citizens of this nation. So all of y'all have a right to know what's going on. Okay? All of y'all. Even y'all on the Zoom, okay? Or YouTube, or wherever this is going. Y'all have a right to know what's going on, because being a citizen of this nation. If you're a citizen of this nation, you should want to know how much is in the account. You should want to know when or how long do you think it's going to take to get the prefabricated building or whatever project's going on, or when the foundation or such and such want to get done. You know, you ask the question. Don't sit there and be hush-hush, because you are a citizen of this nation. You have a right to know. That's with anything that's going on. Any event that's happening, any project that's going on, if you don't know, ask. That's the universal question, which is why. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, apply your supreme mathematics, your lessons to everything that you do. And I guarantee you, you'll be fine. I know, because I've been doing it over 40 years. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it. Yeah, I have my ups and downs, you know? Just like everybody else. It took me a while. It took me a while to get it right. But when I did, I want to try and do most things and everything right and exact. You know, this guard's here that know me for years. He's one of them. This guard right here is one of them that know me for years. I'm talking about for years, from when we was doing other things. You know what I'm saying? You know, but the science is this, man. And you gotta teach the young. You just look at the boys, a law school in Mecca, or whatever you have. Even with my brother Justice Hakeem, them guards' physical degrees is up there. You have to teach the young. You have to mentor the young. Okay, peace be upon my big brother. And then I'm gonna pass it on. Umullah. You know, my big brother Umullah, like 2 weeks before he went home, I pulled him to the side and we was talking, and I told him that. I said, God, you're gonna have to teach somebody, you know, because you up there in physical degrees. And you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? You have to do it. You have to teach the young. If you don't teach the young, and if you don't stay around the young, guess what's gonna happen to you? Guess what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna die. Allah told him that. You're gonna die, son. And you gotta change with the times. Changing with the times don't mean, you know, going turning a Muslim or becoming an Israelite or anything like that. No, changing with the times mean renewing your history. See, because God is swift and changeable, yet remaining will stand perpendicular on his square. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta understand. You see what my shirt say? The Father of all things. And with that, I'm gonna say peace. 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 My name is Virtuous Allah. I'm from the head of Medina. All praise is due to Allah and justice, because if it wasn't for them, we as a nation would not exist. I would also like to congratulate all those who graduated, got promoted, and everything in schools. All praise is due to the babies that's here, because we should have a lot more. First of all, I would like to let y'all know that June, July, and August, the parliament will be in Medina, in the head, Fort Green Park. June and August is on top at the monument. I don't care if they got the Pride Party going on or whatever they got going on. We as a nation been there, and we've been there before they decided to do everything there. So if we come together the way we're supposed to, then all that other stuff, that pride stuff, will be out the door, out the window.
We'll be upstairs.
Well, June and August upstairs.
Okay.
July is going to be on Myrtle Avenue, because they don't allow us to barbecue up on the top. Okay? So July is on the bottom. Again, June and August. And please, I'm letting the nation know, please, do not come empty-handed. And do not come without a child. Don't come by yourself, because I'm giving some food away. If you come and tell me, yo, God, I'm hungry, I'm going to tell you where the baby at. If you tell me you came from alone, I don't care. I don't care nothing about no grown-up not preparing themselves before they come to a parliament. You know why? Because we got taught too fast as kids. And if you got it late, then that's your business. Because I know I got taught too fast 3 days before I got the knowledge of myself. So I know there's a whole bunch of other people that got the same way. And we talking about the same truth. Because this ain't nothing but what we supposed to be doing. And if it been going according to rules and regulations, as the lesson is called, then we won't have these problems. Talking about who's here, who's not here. I don't care who's not here. That's why you got YouTube, Zoom, and anything else. And sound travels. Whoever don't hear me, then that's their business. Whoever don't see me, that's their business. I'm there for the babies. And this nation is about that. We here for everybody else. Whatever happens at 21-22 happens at 21-22. Why? Because that's the prescribed law. The main reason everything is happening there in 21-22 because nobody trusts nobody with money. You want to be real? Everything is because of money. Who got this? Who's doing that? Who got the power to do that? Ain't nobody got no power enough, but we as a nation got to come together one. Yo, that God got the money? Yo, do you trust him? Do you know what he's doing? No. I'm tired of people up here talking about money, money, money. Especially about my brother Black Son. If you don't know the situation, do not bring it up to the parliament. Speak to that man first. Universal. But I'm going to tell you direct. That's what I'll tell you once you're done. So I'm not going to wait till anybody else. Because he's going to get the phone call. And there's nobody addressing, then what? Who is his brothers? My brother Black Son told me this one time. And I'm going to put this in your minds too. If I see you once a month, how many times a year is that?
12 times.
12 times. So how the hell are you my brother? I see you. I ain't talking about talking to you, calling you. I only see you 12 times a year. How the hell are you my brother? And I see everybody else more times than you. But we a nation, right? We really gonna go that route? This is what y'all want? Come on, man. We could never get along like that. Yes, there's people that we got cliques and we got this and that, which is not really cliques. And people get along with people more than others. So I know somebody knows you, and you know, yo, you know the God? Yeah, I know the God. Yo, you know the earth? Yeah, I know the earth. Yo, that's peace there. But certain things that happen in this nation, you got to be on that first list. Yo, this is going down. Yo, God, can you be there? God, remember, something was going down with the law school in Mecca. Cypher called me up. And Umar called me up. Virtuous, can you make it? I said, why I got to be there? Because you one of the youths that we taught, and you're a grown man now. I said, okay. See, I got raised by these people to be someone in this nation. I'm not saying nobody else ain't got the same powers. Everything everybody does, they do for a reason. I'm not going to go nowhere 7 years and then come back talking about what the nation not doing. What the hell I'm doing? I'm not going nowhere for 6 months and say, yo, the nation should have been doing this, the nation should have been doing that. Why? What the hell you been doing? What the hell you doing? Anybody that talks about somebody else because they're talking about themselves, reveal whatever you got to reveal, but not here. We ain't trying to hear that shit.
Amen. Talk about building.
Listen, we as a nation, as a nation have to understand a lot of things. One, we don't talk about nobody. Two, worry about what you got to do with yours. Because I know the skeletons in your fucking closet. And pardon me if I curse. And if it gets deleted out of YouTube, better. I don't care. Should have been here. Because you two want to dictate what we do and say and how. Yes, sir. Okay? And we never was like that. I remember when I was coming up that it was in none of that. Everything was verbatim. The way we got lessons, the way we communicate with each other, the way we build with each other. It was in no way that you couldn't win and you said, peace, God. You better know your lessons. You better know something. Yo, God, what lesson you on? Yo, God, man, I'm a student. You know, I'm just studying. Yo, what you know it for? Nobody tell you shake. And now you're shaking more. Why? Yo, what are you intimidating me for? But no, they put the fear in God for you so you know what the hell it is. I recall the time that one of the guards from Best Eye said that there was so many of them on one block that everybody crossed the street. And there was only 12 of them. And there was about 20 other people, and they crossed the street because they knew who they was. Now we got to be crossing by and worrying about, yo, I hope they don't do nothing to us. What the hell is this hope for? Man, when you walk with fear, fear is shown. When you don't teach what you know, fear is known. Certain communities know who God is, but they ain't going to tell you to do your job. They'd rather keep it quiet. Why? Because as long as you stay quiet, nobody's going to do what you're doing. They're going to keep running wild. And then we over here worrying about what somebody else is doing. Man, forget all that. This ain't what this is about, man. We talking about wisdom bill. Man, Yaku has rules and regulations. What the hell is our rules and regulations at? Where they at? I know they there. Where is that? I don't see the guard in 3 days, man. I'm knocking on this door. Where that's at? What happened with this other brother, man, getting hospitalized and all this stuff, and then people find out, yo, the guard went back. Yo, how he went back? Aren't you his brother? Nah, man. We gotta start here. Forget about everybody else. Forget about everything else that happens around the world. Here. And then we go out and abroad. Other states. We got all the states out here that everybody has their knowledge. Everybody is home base is here. Because this is where the knowledge and wisdom is at. So everybody gravitates to it. So if we're messing up, what makes you think they're not going to do the same? Matter of fact, they're going to do worse. Aren't we the trendsetters? Aren't we the... I remember back in the days where everybody followed certain trends and everything like that. We're the trendsetters for this. All we do is teach you to be yourself. And what's the problem? It's hard to be yourself? No, because they are being themselves. They just don't want to be a part of this. So go! Go be what the hell you want to be, and that's it. Leave us alone. All right? Peace. Justice Hakim.
Hey. I'm Justice Hakim Allah. I'm glad to be here. This is the first rally I went to when I got knowledge. I came here May 25th, 1973. But I wasn't here, it was up on the top. You know? I was walking up, and it looked like the place was moving. Because there were so many earths with babies coming with different colors, it looked like the canopy was moving. You know? And I'm still here today, building, and I learned something, that you're not working on something, something's working on you. So every time you see me through the years, I'm always working on something. I got to do it, you know? It's our nature to add on, you know? Today, I have an opportunity for certain people who speak Spanish. If you know people who speak Spanish, the opportunity is helping immigrants fill out paperwork. Now, some of us know, some of us don't know, that the New York area has been infiltrated with about 60,000 immigrants, and 99% point something speak Spanish. And I've been asked for a person named Devon Nash. He's working under Mark Greenberg, who is the mayor's man, like Barry Garth was the mayor's man. I'm supposed to meet him this Thursday with the list of people who want to help the immigrants fill out their paperwork. Now you can get me here, you know, and I can get your name and your phone number and email, or I have a special phone for this. I got my phone and I got the business phone. The business phone is 929-370-6218. That's 929-370-6218. Now, you might not be able to take advantage of it, but you might know somebody who probably needs a job, and that's, I wish I could speak Spanish, even though, because I said to him, I said, Mr. Nash, I can't speak Spanish, we're still going to make you part head of the task force. You get the Spanish people for us, I come to y'all first. So I've been taught it's self first, then others. This is how you conduct your business. You know, self first, then others. No, I got to reverse that. It's self first, kind, then others. You know?
You're not the kind that's other than themselves, but a self-first kind did understand. I'm coming to you first. And I know people are hearing this. Do not, just because the person's not God of earth, do not tell them for this opportunity. You know? Now also, in Medina, we are starting a corporation. It's called Medina Cultural and Arts Center. It's called that because we're looking for a Medina Cultural and Arts Center. This is our goal because we know that school in Medina is not a law school anymore. Just in name. You know? And then people are taking the credit. But when Saladin came with a trademark to protect us for our property, you know, our intellectual property or whatever, when the Sun, Moon, and Stars is concerned, I seen Moors with the flag on YouTube. I seen Muslims with the flag on YouTube. I never seen them personally. I know they're out there. And people talking about everybody making money on our flag but us. When Saladin did that, we need to revisit that again. But right now, also, we decided to make a vending crew. Now, a lot of people do vending as a way of life now. I mean, you see them out there with the balloon and the water guns and, you know, whatever for the parks and recreation areas, and then make a living off that. Each weekend, I wanted to start this weekend. I couldn't get cooperation enough. I wanted to do it then for all the month of June. We got so much going. You see what it is. We got the school project. We got the prefab building. You know, we got the show improved, this day, that day, this, that. And everybody's putting money up for this. Because ain't nobody giving us nothing. So I can't come up here and ask y'all, broke people, not everybody, but most of y'all know you're broke. But you done gave up enough. You done gave up enough. I'm asking y'all for the money, and I got collected money already, to make money with that money. I can guarantee for $1, I can make $3. I started to say more. But those who sell wholesale, you know, you can buy a 50-cent item and sell for $5. But see, well, I want people to work with us and get 1/3 of what they make that day. Let's say you out there with your car, the balloons and all, and you come back with $300 you done sold that day. Well, you get 100, and Medina Cultural and Arts Center gets the 200. That's fair. You got 1/3 of what you make. Now, everybody don't need a little side hustle. Work from 9 to 5. They make enough in 9 to 5. Some people got children who need mentorship and go out with these old brothers and see how to make $1 out of 15 cents, the old-fashioned way. How every minority has came up in America, they came from the streets. When I was a kid, and I don't tell my age now, they was out there with their carts and their horses. And it was a nasty place for the horses. I was glad we got rid of the horses. That's how old I am. But them same people with the little carts own buildings and businesses. You seen them come up from the gutter. But when we came up from the gutter, they ran up off our street. Remember how they closed all the vendors down on 125th Street? But 125th had mad white vendors when I was a kid. All the white stores, you couldn't hardly walk, you couldn't shop in there. But the white man's still there. He owned all the shops. So the money's not circulating in our neighborhood, it's going right out to wherever. We say buy black, we buy anything. That's new. And we know the new sneakers and stuff, it costs $10, $15 to make, and we still pay $300. They say birds building nests, ants building holes in the ground. Black man and woman, it's time for us to build something for ourselves. I can't come up with a big idea. I ain't got no 7-story project in my mind. But I know if I get a pack of tube socks for $3.50, I can sell it for $5, $6. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's always been. These brothers selling balloons, them balloons cost little or nothing. And y'all know it. 15, 20 cents a balloon, you sell it for $5. It's about $1.15. That's the truth. And some of y'all been in them parks where people come around and the kids go crazy. Like we used to go to Salty's, because they want the water balloons to play with each other. It's silly shit. You know what I'm saying? They want that helicopter. And kids want to be children to play. And most of the time they come there, the adults got the food, they play cards, the kids want something to play with. You know, especially the bubble guns and water guns. You know, so I want to put things to products like that. We got money saved up. We want to start the July 4th weekend. A lot of people told me they have, in the past, made good money on the 4th of July. That'll be our catalyst to get more stuff. Because at the end of the day, the next big holiday won't be till Labor Day. So you're going to have the whole summer, you got to work them parks and build it up. And then it comes the Labor Day, them stuff, the flags you can sell on the African American Day Parade. Remember, America goes from Alaska to the Philippines. All them flags count on African American Day. A lot of black people live all over the place. And they proud of where they from, even though they glad they're here in America. And you believe that? Because many have come and few have went back home. Anyway, this is the things I'm building on. I got the phone number again to call me either project that you can add on. You might know somebody who speaks Spanish. They can use it a couple of dollars. You know.
I know the one.
Okay, God, let me know. I mean, righteously. God cannot Spanish speak. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that, God. You don't do it too long. Put that down. We can go through one.
Come on with that. God, with that bullshit, man.
He started with
So what?
He's selling though, man. Come on, have some respect, Lord.
All right.
Come on, man.
That's nothing, God. Things happen. We used to all kinds of stuff like that. Small things to giants, you know? And for the vending, people are putting money together. I ain't got $300. I ain't got for 2 people. 2 people. I know y'all don't have enough to give. I ain't asking for a dime now. You know, we're going to have Zooms on that. The number is 929-370-6218. You might want to work. You might want to check out the Zoom. Call me. I keep the phone with me. Or the Secretary Divine Prince, he has the phone, you know, for communication. We're going to get us a place, where I'm talking about a place for our product. We're only going to get a storage place. You don't want a storage places where you have the door and you slide up and down. You need a base anyway. We ain't got to worry about nobody stealing nothing from us. But if you know who got the key, you don't have the key. We need helpers. I ain't say volunteers. Helpers. So we want to put the helpers on like a stipend thing, like $300 a month for helping. Because somebody got to build stuff, put stuff together for the business, help the people get to their locations. This is going to be a big operation. It ain't going to be a lifesaver for some people who might divert to negativity to eat. Because you're going to eat regardless of who and what. And it's so easy in our neighborhoods with our mentalities to do something negative. And peace to the brothers who've been incarcerated and stop crime. They stop crime by going back to jail. Because the recidivism rate is so high among people. It's staggering. And they have said that there's a certain population of people who all do all the crime. They know who the criminals are. They say they always return to the scene of crime, but they really always return to the mentality and do the same thing. Like, we can show the young they don't have to sell drugs. It's so easy. to do the wrong thing. It's hard to be out there in that sun and do the right thing and get that money, but you have peace of mind. A lot of people won't know about that peace of mind until they locked up and they ain't got a visit or got a phone or got a mail, and you see that all that time you doing, if you did the simple things, you make much more money. You know what I mean? You'll be in a better state of mind and a better place. So Black Seeds keep on growing. If anybody want to sign up now, I'm right here. Call the number. Peace.
Peace.
Hey!
Peace.
I'm gonna talk about some good news. I'm tired of all that old news. I'd like to say my firstborn and my secondborn just got their masters. That's great.
Indeed.
Third good news, I retired. Life is good. When they say life is good on the other side, that's the other side, dog. When you retire, when you got food, you got clothing, and you got shelter. That's what's on the other side, dog. When you retire, you gotta put in that work. I'm not selling no balloons. I ain't doing no popcorn. We did that back in the day with Master Toro and Zaire, and Master Arkin. We used to do that, God. Door-to-door salesman. That was at that time. I'm not gonna tell a 50-year-old man to go sell some socks. I'm just not gonna do that. And the third good news, I'm gonna start the policies for them again. I'm gonna drop another $20,000 out of my own personal money. I ain't gotta ask nobody. Like I told y'all back then when I was doing it, just donate $3. And I felt bad when Father Divine died because I had his life insurance policy, but I got sick at the time with cancer and I couldn't fulfill that obligation because I didn't have no help. You know, but I paid for a lot of the funerals, but totally successful, and the gods that was there, no. And what really crushed me, they said I loved the woman. What happened to Mother Wisdom? Mother Wisdom died and nobody said nothing. And that was a good earth. I don't care because she drunk a little bit. That was a good sister, man. And nobody didn't even say how she died. Nobody investigated on it. Nobody did nothing. So don't tell me you love the black woman and let Mother Wisdom go home and nobody did nothing. And that's crazy. And I'm telling you, God, that was a beautiful sister. When I used to throw my pool parties with the babies, she was my lifeguard for the babies. And the babies loved Mother Wisdom, man. And it hurt me to my heart, God. Because at the time, I was still recovering, but you see I'm back now. So I'm gonna step my game up again. Like I said, once again, I'm gonna give another $20,000, my own money. I ain't gotta ask nobody nothing. All I ask is to add on with $3 a month. If you know this God, even if you got a beef with me or whatever, if you love him, just donate $3 for him. Like sponsor God. See, that's real building, God. That's real nation building. Not all this flip-flap. No. I don't do that, God. God don't do that. God builds supreme, man. God builds supreme. You know, and when God talking about that freeze-flat building, I tell him, God, you can't build a building like that. Because I'm an electrician, God. So I know how these things work. I say, if you just buy a freeze-flat building, right? It look like a building, you drop it on the ground. All right. How you gonna power? It needs power, right? In law school, they said at one time they were going to put it next to a law school. A law school got 100 amps. That means you're going to need 100 amps in that building too. Remember, everything went up. You know how much corporate costs? That's the fee from a law school to another building. It might cost you like $3,000. Then you got to buy the panel. So when I was telling him about this over the phone, he didn't even realize that. Now you got to build another sewer system. It don't work like that, dog. It ain't that easy, man. It's a lot of money doing it. Now, I know beloved of law is an engineer. So I know that God got the skills to do it. But that type of money, God, you're going to really qualified brothers to do that. I did this all my life. I did this all my life, God. I did this all my life. And they paid me well for doing it. Now I got my young guys doing it. You know what I'm saying? I put him in the position that I was in. I'm going to show him a quality life. I'm showing him, if you go to work and you do something, that's what the Father said, learn a skill, God. My skill is an electrician. That's my skill. I don't read, I tell anybody, I don't read that well. I don't write that well. I don't spell that well, even to this day. But I always made 6 figures. I always took care of my family.
house. I had my first house when I was 18. Ain't nothing hard about this shit. If you know the God in you, it's got to be the God in you. You got to see the greatness in you, man. And put that work into you, man. You know, it ain't that hard, God. All we got to do is just come together. But like I said, I'm going to start the policy fund up. Anybody need some life insurance, you let me know. I'll take some names. Got to be at least 50 years and older. Because we lost too many brothers that went home and everybody didn't get a decent. My thing was for the nation, everybody go home the same way. Why Jamel was the first brother I sent home. That shit was beautiful, God. I took care of CLR, and that was kind of messed up. Like the God was saying before, CLR died a horrible death, God. He was decomposed. Where was his brothers at? Right down the block from the law school? Even the God, the icon. Rashim or Ramel, whatever, I can't recall the God right now. He was decomposed. What's going on with this? It was never like that when I came up with knowledge. We always looked out for each other, man. So when brothers be doing that, to me, it turns me off, God, because I know better. I know better. When I was coming up at 168 in the desert, right, we really lived that life, God. We was delivering babies at 16, 17 years at home, God. My son asked me a law, God law mine. We was doing this, God. We just wasn't saying the black man is God. We wasn't doing anything. We was delivering babies, man. And taking care of them babies. Feeding them babies. I remember Earth had to come to 168 when they let their parents out, change their clothes, put on their 3/4, and go to school. You know that, Bob. We had a base for our sisters, man. We just didn't say that, God. And then things changed. If you know the history of the nation in the desert, things changed. Something happened. So then we had to close the doors. You can't let everybody in your house. That's how that Earth got shot in her head by God.
Hey,
Yeah.
I ain't know that.
Yeah. And at that, the God said, yo, you tell us at 168, if the guards are not here, don't let nobody in the house. Shot her right in the head, man. But we say God don't do this and God don't do that. Come on, man. Don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself with that nonsense, man. And brothers be predators on other brothers, man. And they run in a pack. If you're not known in this nation, brothers will run up on you and house you. And that's an actual fact. And it shouldn't be like that. And it was never like that, God, when we grew up. If you needed something, God, I got your back. Powerful, though. My father had a store on Linden Boulevard, right? All the guards used to come in. My father was the first black print shop owner. My father was so good, God, he could make counterfeit money before they knew what counterfeit money was. That's how good my old dad was. Serious. My old dad was that good. I learned that trade. I didn't want to be a printer. My thing was electrician. That's why I became an electrician. But my brothers could do it. I could always go back and make money on that if I wanted to, but that just didn't satisfy my soul. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tell you something, God. You tell your young son, daughter, you got to get a job, but you got to get on the books. You don't want no job off the books, because one day you're going to have to retire. And if you ain't got no money on the books, you ain't going to get no. You ain't going to have nothing when you get old. You're going to be an old man with no money. No, and then the most important thing is medical coverage. When I got sick, it cost me $350,000. I had to pay $1 that month. I had to take the blood out of my body, send it to a lab, filter my blood, and pump it back into my body. Each time they did that, it was $100,000. And I ain't take $1 out my body. That's how good my union was, and that's how good my medical coverage was. You want a good union with somebody with some good medical coverage, because you're going to need it when you get older. When we're 20 years old, we feel invincible. Like nothing going to happen to me. As you get older, you start losing your hair, and you start losing your teeth. Sometimes you might lose motion in your body. It happens, God. It happens. It's called time. It costs time. See? So even when I got sick, Like I said, I'm living my second life now, but I'm comfortable. I ain't worrying about no money. My last check came on the flat. That should come every month. Because I did something when I was young. I didn't rob, I didn't steal, and I ain't never been to the penal because I like women too much. Anybody know God's really gonna tell you that? That's an actual fact. So you teach them young guys, they get a job, stay on the books, because they're gonna need that when they get older. You might not need it when you're 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, but when you hit that 40, first thing goes, your sight, you gotta start wearing glasses. 50, you lose your head. 60, you lose your teeth. Then you get sick, diabetes, cancer. Oh, that's gonna come down the pipeline. Some of us get around it, some of us don't. My grandmother just died at 96 years old. Cicely Tyson died at 96 years old. She went to school with my grandmother. So when I was seeing my doctor, he showed me a picture of Cicely Tyson. Cicely Tyson doctor is my doctor. So I knew I was in good hands. Because you know, Cicely Tyson wasn't no poor woman. So where I go, if you ain't got some money, you ain't going up in that spot. So I showed me the picture of my grandmother, Cicely Tyson. He showed me the picture Cicely Tyson was his own patient. You know what I'm saying? So you want to have that coverage, God. More than anything you want. When you get old, you want that medical coverage. Hey!
Hey! Praise.
Hey.
Praise to magnetic platinum salam. Praise to the gods, peace to the earth, all the universe. You know, today's wisdom, build or destroy. I heard quite a few people talking about that, which is good. But also, when you want to sound just like somebody else, if you're going to sound like somebody else, you might as well be a parrot. There's no need to do that, man. What I would actually say is about wisdom. When you actually saying whatever it is that you're saying, you need to be wise and civilized what you're actually talking about. And in order to be, first of all, you have to be civil. You actually have to be civil, man, because if your ways and actions, look at the things you're actually doing. You can sound very good. Other people are going to see you from afar. Was that person just saying that, or was he just saying it? If that makes any sense, and if it doesn't, what I mean by that is how you actually living, how you really living, man. You know, what's his name? Born, he always mentioned about builders build. The reason why you need to build continuously is what you're doing. Adding on. Once you're adding on, you're multiplying because other people is going to see what you was talking about. They don't have to do the same things that you did. And also, the destroying basically eliminate the negative behaviors because you know how it used to be, what you used to actually do. You're going to come across things like that. Everybody going to have their ups and downs for whatever reason. Since that actually happened, are you going to learn how to deal with accordingly, or are you going to still do the same thing? Because if you're doing the same thing, you ain't learned anything from that lesson. Because it's an experience. It's definitely an experience because a lot of people ask me, yo, if you could change, could you actually go back? No. Why would you not do that? Because the experience that I actually have, now I know how to deal the things that what to do or what not to do. I was also hearing another brother, he mentioned to me, basically he had to correct me. I appreciate that because he corrected me because I was doing or saying something that I shouldn't. And even though it can sound good, draw it up, break it down, and bring it back to your own understanding. Just because that person, that's peace, it could be good, but if you're not doing the knowledge yourself, then hey, you might as well just deal with mysteries. You know what, we actually deal with that. Also, another thing that a lot of people are actually caught up in fear. Fear, fear. An acronym for that fear is false evidence appears real. It may seem like, but if you're not doing any type of knowledge, you ain't doing any type of research about it,
you're going to just follow what they actually talking about. It's just something to think about, just some food for thought. Also, when you say that that's your brother, that's your sister, I'm pretty sure you done heard this already. Have you even checked up on them to see how they doing? Oh yeah, nah, it sound like you just playing games, man. Why you don't actually try to get their math? Or if you don't actually have their math, no, some people do and some people don't on Facebook, and they talk with them or build with them on the messenger. Build with them, man, build with them. And also, if you actually get their math, it would be even better. And also, find out where they reside at, man. Go to them, man. If you saying that that's your brother and that's your sister, go to talk with them, man. Come talk with them, man. I'm build with that, man. Peace.
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 Peace. Thank you for being here. God, Imperial King, I love Allah. I'll be brief. The reason why I stood here today is because I wanted to let my family know that I've been collecting names of the gods so far, and I don't have enough. But the reason why I'm collecting the names of the gods is because we're working on coming together for a common cause. Peace. Now, what I mean by that is that I just built with the God Bilal, for instance, the God that is looking to build on the school and make changes. And the God had sought to build with me, and I built with the God. And I told the God what I'm going to tell you. I told the God, prior to any big changes need to happen, Allah said that y'all and me, we need to come together first. And so, it's the year 2023. It's been a while since 1964. And so I've been witness that now is a great time for the gods that are alive, that are the closest to the root, to come together. And the beauty about this is that not only is it going to remove confusion, and it's going to remove the differences, but we're going to get exactly what we came together to get. And so what I mean by that is that once this group of gods come together, such as, I'll be more specific. The God Allah Supreme, the God Allah Shah, the God Born Black, the God Najee, the God Sabu, the God Prince ABG, Justice Hakeem, Divine Prince. And next, we also have Father Unique Supreme Allah, Allah's Mathematics, Father Shah Born, Doc Kim. There's a guy named Prince, I don't know his whole name. The God now YU Allah, Bilal, the God Lord Infinite Allah, Ali, Beloved, who I have so far, for instance. And there's more names that's needed because those brothers are going to come, they're going to come together. That's what's going to happen. They're going to come together and they're going to make agreements. And those agreements are going to put confusion and nonsense to bed going forward, so that whatever happened in the past can stay there. We can learn from that and we can move forward so that everybody can agree what happens to the school. Everybody can agree what happens with money. The God in Texas minding his business. The God born, God body that has God as his father and the thing and that. The God want to give. Everybody will know together what's going on. Now the reason why this is important is because a lot of y'all is waiting for the devil to come together and make an agreement. So I'm asking my brothers to come together and make an agreement, because they will, because all they had to do is bring it to their knowledge. I'm glad they're going to. But at the same time, the devil's waiting to make an agreement, and you still like him. He's giving you nothing, proving he's giving you nothing. So I suggest this. By the time the show and proof come back around next year, the gods and the earths afterwards have came together differences have been put aside because it is. Concerning yourself about the election of these crackers, concerning yourself about anything that these devils talking about with voting and all that, I'm tired. As your understanding, I'm tired. So, now that the gods are going to come together, 36 of them, including 12 verse, and then 10 years from now, 30 years from now, 50 years from now, on top of that, the reason why I'm going around and collecting names, because this is not to no vote. It's no vote. We're not Democrats. Oh, let's be clear. My brothers and sisters, you're not Democrats and no Republicans. You're kings and queens. All right? So kings and queens mean this. You with me or you exiled. Or I'm with you or I'm exiled. But that's what kings and queens mean. It don't mean none of that. Right? And this is what's not going to happen either. So it's going to be 36 gods and earth. Why? Because it's going to be an even number. Why? Because we have mathematics. So what does that mean? It's not going to be 8 gods that are strong and one weak-ass God holding us back, so that's 9, right? An odd number. And it could be no even like 5, so it's 4 strong gods and no weak-ass God. You go, oh God, please, so that we can move forward. No, it's going to be an even number. It's going to be knowledge. We're going to build. Or it's going to be knowledge, and knowledge, or knowledge. That's how we're going to build. And it could be no odd, no nothing. It's going to be even number, right? It's going to add up to 360. 360 means Virginia, Philly, the God everlasting, Self, Iquan. It means the gods know better than me names. Y'all should. But what's going to happen is this, so that when the show and proof come around next time, not only are we going to have a great show and proof again, but even more will happen on top of that, right? On top of that. So, look at this. The God was 9 culture years old, and the God built at the school, and the God got up and built. Okay. What the God say wrong? Now, what's true? If what the God said happened, this is true. Let me tell y'all this. I'm going to clarify some things. I don't F-U-C-K what y'all been through. Okay? I don't care what y'all been through, God. I don't care if y'all smoke crack, did dope. I don't care about that. Y'all not getting in my way. Okay? What's going to happen is this. We moving forward with the nation, and next year, y'all going to be in place, and y'all going to be, the knowledge cipher. The knowledge cipher is 12 gods. Their job is easy. Preserve the knowledge. Infinitely. Okay? 12 wisdoms. It's the earth, it's the wisdom cipher. I don't know. The understanding cipher. Understanding cipher is 12 gods in charge of the understanding. What's that mean? Understanding is the best part. So what does that mean? That means treasure. That means the treasury. Right? That's the understanding. And then, after that, we have 40 more gods and 23 more earths that wrap around the 36, and that equals 99. And those other gods, the 40 gods, might be a little younger than the other gods, such as law of mathematics, such as Dakem, such as Belial, such as Beloved. Those gods, right, are the God divine understanding, the God divine understanding, the God understanding justice, those gods, okay? And then, next thing you know, the gods is building, and then the earth is building, and then, okay, so then you give him money, and then you don't have to worry. Why you don't have to worry? Because of 2 things. I'm going to tell you now clearly. There's not a cipher that any thief on the planet Earth can escape to now that I'm alive. That's a fact and a promise. And I'm sure another God is standing next to me and tell you the same thing. And I mean no violence. No violence at all. I promise you there's nowhere on the planet Earth you can escape. Why? Because there's gods that do everything on the earth. There's gods everywhere on the earth. You're not hiding in no buildings. You're not hiding in no suit. You're not hiding. And plus, we all know that you was part of the treasury. So if you disappeared, you probably, I don't know. So that's the case closed. See, so now the money's safe. The money's safe because we all know who it is, because the elder gods and earths came together and they built, and then we all know, so we give, and then everything's peace. Peace.
Peace.
Actually, I'm just ready to go. Where's Cherie? Lord Cherie.
Not here. Go to the next person.
There's no more. Anybody want to build the floors open?
I got Peace.
Peace.
I'm pretty large mathematics. One quick bill. Anybody who's been in a interior cipher or who's having problems getting jobs or employment, one of the things that we do, we help people get their certificate of good conduct or certificate of rehabilitation. Because they come see me at a law school in Mecca. I'm there the first and third Sunday of every month and get the application so you can be able to do that. Another thing that's going to be taking place too, we also going to be asking for those of you that's up in the northern region of Now Why, Syracuse, Albany, Rochester. We also going to be calling on you guards too as well, because we're going to need guards and earths to start going into the facilities upstairs in the northern part of New York as well. The foundation's being set. We're going into Sing Sing and Fishkill first. We're working with the coordinators there. Then after that, we're going to start to go into every single prison. There are 54 prisons here in New York State. All right, the guards have approximately 4 different types of services when it comes to New York State. One is civilization classes. One is a rally, which is considered to be services. There's universal parliaments. Then there's also 4 honor days. So for anybody who wants to be a part of that, we meet the first Sunday of every month, or we be at a law school Mecca at the Knowledge Hour, the first and third Sunday of every month. With that, I'm going to say peace.
Peace. Hey. My name is Latik Allah. Today's mathematics is wisdom will destroy. All been born and now they add to the cipher. And I feel compelled today to add on to the cipher on the wisdom will destroy day. I want to say that for me, it's been understanding power years since I've been in this nation, observing the nation of gods and earth, building and going through our different cycles. And one of the things that I observed on this Wisdom Village Destroyed, knowledge in the cycle, is the complexity of the things that we've been going through and our ability to express ourselves today. Growing up from a youth, getting the knowledge of myself, and at that time, trying to understand who I was and the role I was supposed to play in regards to adding on to my history, first and foremost. I know and understand that we come from a long history, as the God mentioned, of kings and queens. But to bring it back to ourselves today, in that whole history of understanding ourselves coming from kings and queens, we went through many ciphers to try to draw ourselves up and see ourselves within the universe. And we come to the conclusion today, drawing that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding up, that we are the gods of the universe. And we've been given a commission today to build a nation from all those other nations that we have founded for so many years, to come to the conclusion that there is no mystery God in the sky, that we are here to build a nation of gods and earth on this planet, to show forth and prove all the things that's already in line with our history, which is millions of years of Quran. So we're not here as religious people living out a religious ideology. We're here as kings and queens living out a complex history, that the only thing that can make it clear to us what it is that we're doing is mathematics. And that was demonstrated by the God describing to us the complex ideas that he has in his mind of how we're supposed to organize ourselves today to make this come about. And I appreciate what the God did, because I know it took him a lot of time to try to sit down, to organize his thoughts, to come back to us and give us some form of an idea, blueprint of how we can come together as God, not as no spook, not as no mystery, but as gods today. And I understand that, and I see that
All the things that we have went through has prepared us for this damn time to do the things that we're doing. We have a lot of projects that's been put before us. But throughout our history, or throughout my history in the 35 years of doing the knowledge to this cycle, I've seen many various different complex things that the gods have grown to try to deal with, coming out of street culture and coming into the culture of understanding ourselves as being men and taking on the responsibility of a nation. I commend the gods that have taken themselves out of the negative cipher and come into this positive cipher, even at the very small foundation that we are at. We're trying to bring our minds together to build. I commend the gods for taking the time and to continuously build it and adding on. But we cannot forget that we have been given a charge by Allah, God himself, our Father as we call him, but our brother, one and our same as ourselves. That we, with all the projects that we have, we cannot put it before our main goal, which is to get the young people, because they're the ones that will take this into the future. Regardless of how much it is that we want to shine, because we all sons, it is the young that will take this into the future. With all the projects that we are trying to accomplish and all the things that we are trying to acquire, money and physical things, we cannot lose the sight. And the first thing that I suggest that we continuously strive to focus to come together on is to attract our young, to continue to attract our young. Because if we continue to lose our young to the devil, then we don't have a future. We got to look at it from the reality, the things that we have been seeing. Where is our young? And I'm asking that question not to say like we haven't been doing our job, but I'm asking that question because I understand that the devil have put many other things in place to attract our young and to pull them away from us. And they've used some of our own ways, our own culture, our own customs against us to pull our young away from us. And they're going to continue to do that. And they're becoming more and more effective each and every day. So I can suggest that the first thing that we do, and all the gods have mentioned, is to focus our ideas on how it is that we are going to regain the ability to attract our young and to keep them within our grasp. As we continue to build all of the other complexities that we're dealing with in terms of building the school, the prefab building, collecting money, those things will also be put in its proper order according to mathematics. As long as we focus on the foundational goal that we have, which is to get our young together. Peace. 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 Peace.
My name is Bon God. I see today mathematics, wisdom, beauty, and destroy, all born through knowledge and insight. God and earth. I'm learning to activate knowledge before wisdom. And my physical degree is built on the soil of culture. 84 years old. Praise God. Praise. And I'm learning how to activate knowledge before wisdom. It's never too late. Everything in life that you do, you have to learn it. Because in this civilization, this is Jacob's civilization. Because it's a consciousness. When we speak about Jacob, it's a mindset. So this is Jacob's civilization. Everything is based in wisdom knowledge. When we're inside the belly,
we absorb food from wisdom knowledge. We coming out, everything around us is wisdom knowledge. When I'm speaking about Yaakov, of course, Black Yaakov feel uncomfortable because they want everything to become a mission, just like the 10% want teaching us that God is a mystery and also devil is a mystery. And God is real. The black man is God. The original man is God. And also Yaakov is real. God is not a mystery. Yaakov is not a mystery. Let me repeat myself again, very clear, so we can understand. We can understand that cipher very clear. God is not a mystery, unseen thing that you cannot see, like a 10% teacher. Jacob is not also a mystery. God is real, Jacob is real. God and earth. Every cipher that we dealing with, on our own, every man or woman have to draw up that cipher from knowledge to born. So you can knowledge the cipher and see in your own. Not the way Fad Muhammad see, not the way Elijah Muhammad see, the way you see. I repeat myself again, not the way Fad Muhammad see, not the way Elijah Muhammad see, the way you draw up that stuff of knowledge and form, the way that you see. Every cipher that we deal with has to be drawn up from knowledge to birth. If you're speaking about Jacob, you have to do homework. Not the way Elijah Muhammad see or Fatwa, the way you see it. The way you see Jacob is. If you're speaking about Jesus, you got to draw up that Jesus from knowledge to birth. Not the way they see it, the way you see it. If you speak about Musa, you got to draw it up from knowledge to birth. Not the way they see it, the way you see it. Because we are God. We are not Muslim. We're not religious. We got to draw up everything from knowledge to birth. It's a blessing that Allah blessed us with swim mathematics in the alphabet. That's the foundation. We are the foundation. We are the foundation. We have no beginning, we have no end. We are older than the sun, moon, and star. We are the universe. The black man is God, we can say by nature. Even though he never seen swim mathematics, alphabet, we are God. We are the mind. We are the universe. But the universe see, we can be vibrating in a different level of consciousness. Some of us vibrating in a higher consciousness, some of them vibrating in a lower consciousness. Big universal truth, but we are God. something very important I got to say. The God was speaking about losing the young. The 10% sometimes can go around, put the young in the hot seat. Don't teach the young belief. Everything has to be dealing with history and science. If you teach the young something, right, I'm going to tell you, do you know how many times in knowledge, wisdom, power, sin, I got to help some young? The 10% tell you to show and prove. If we teach them their belief, then the 10% come, put them in the hot seat, and them show and prove. If you teach the young about Yaakov, I'll give you an example. Right? Then he cannot break down scientifically. There was a man called Yaakov. I'm just giving you an example. Right? There was no. Yaakov is a master. Then we all become Yaakov. Another for white devil to exist. Now I'm going back to what I was saying the young. I'm not going to go there. If that young, if it's 10% want to grow up that young, we can ask him, you speak about Yaakov, show him proof Yaakov. What are you talking about? And the young cannot show him proof. He get the ability right there to grow up that young. If he asks him about Musa, he cannot show him proof that Moses exists. There was a man called Moses. There was no goddamn man called goddamn Moses. We the black people, we educated there for goddamn man. That's a white devil history, bullshit, plagiarism. From which one man can educate a mess of savage. If he show a proof, if a blood sucker at the man, at the young, Jesus show a proof Jesus exists. The young cannot show a proof. There was a man called Jesus. There was no man in the planet Earth called Jesus. Because number one, the letter J did not even exist. For a man to be called Jesus. Let's be real. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. And I'm not compromising with nobody on the planet Earth. No devil, no system. My job is to take the devil of the planet Earth. Because the devil is here to destroy the planet. And my job is to take the devil of the planet Earth. Black devil and white devil. Black Yaakov and white Yaakov. That's the way I am, that's the way I feel. When I'm finished to build, whoever wants to hug me, you can hug me. If you don't want to hug me, that's your business. I'm here to make the light point, to say the truth. And nobody gonna stop me. If you like it or don't like it. And you got to understand. You see, God and earth, we have the potential to be a great nation. We are dominant melody. Devil, white devil now good today, they have recessive melody. And they know it. That's why they will never can deal in equality with us. Because they know we will supersede them on everything. we have the potential to be great. The potential. But to be great, you have to do something to be great. I mean, let's go to history. In 323, the devil called Alexander the Great. What he did? When that was first invasion, when he invaded he killed all black people and came in. So his people called him the Great. So he had to do something to be called the Great. Right? If Muhammad Ali, right, he said, I'm the great man. Muhammad Ali had to do something
To get that title, that's a title. Yeah. To get that title, you gotta
You know what I'm
have
saying?
a certain
Got that
record.
build. What we have to do something to become the great. Something has to be done. Look at all the history. If you take Haiti, you take Dessalines, in 1804, who cut the devil head, his name become the great. If you get in Brazil, zombie, whatever, they have to do something to become great. So we have the potential to be great. Then we have to do something, you understand, to be great. And we have all the potential. We have everything. We have all the potential to become great. And God and earth. When we build, that's the way I see it. If somebody come in here to do the knowledge, they should know what we are about. I'm here to take the devil of the planet Earth. And the first planet I have to take the devil is on my mind. Because that was the first place the devil was manifested. I have to raise my consciousness to destroy that Yaakov consciousness inside myself. That's the first devil I have to get out. That's the devil that Yaakov inside me. By taking that Yaakov inside me, destroy that devil inside me, the outside devil will disappear. Because when we vibrated in Yaakov consciousness, we were supporting the devil institution without knowing. Many of us been supporting the devil institution in a different way. Keep the sleep meditation, keep all the devil program, institutional life, and we call ourselves God. And sometimes, Black Yaakov, who've been supporting the devil institution all their life, is the one who speaks louder. Sometimes it's the one who is in the front. How you been supporting the devil institution all your life and you're in the front? Screaming as people do. With that, God and earth, I said peace.
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 Peace, peace.
Stage degree is wisdom built to destroy. That's all being born to now there is cycle. My name is Sayyid One Allah. I've been around for many, many moons. I just want to build on today. Today is wisdom build, and that's like a big degree. That's one of our biggest degrees in the 1 to 40. That's why when you heard people building up here, they stayed up here for a long time, just kept on building. but that's what it was all about, wisdom bills. When I first got knowledge, first off, around this time, this is about the time, peace. Good. Around this time, this is when the father got arrested and he went to Manawan. That's just, since it's Memorial Day, we need to remember that. And also remember, in about 2 more weeks, and another zone of time, he would be assassinated. So that's also something. And in between those 2 times, we got to bear witness. Now, this degree, I'm going to take it up to a little higher since it's bigger than that. Today, this year is wisdom cipher, wisdom understanding. That's all being born to God. We in the year of God, y'all. We got to get hip. We got to get up on it. That jewel is food. That jewel is food. When I first had knowledge of self, I didn't come with nothing. You have to come in this nation with your own provisions. Flags may have been given at that time. Since that time, we have grown. Well, we need to ask ourselves, where are we going to be at in the next 10, maybe 20 years from now as a nation? Where are we going to be at? When I first had gotten knowledge of self, I knew my 12 jewels already. But the father had told me, so I met the father when I was very young, up in Pelon. He said, yes, God, you have to learn. You got to get to the end of the line. You got to learn like everybody else. Just because, he knew how to get it. But the first thing I had to learn was my supreme mathematics, then my supreme alphabets, and then the 1 to 10. He let us learn the 1 to 36 because we can learn that really fast. So we can learn that. But then after that, I learned the 1 to 14, then my 1 to 40 actual facts and solar facts. So then I thought I knew it then, yeah. But then I realized, he said, no, then you got to come back and organize it in the order that it really goes in. That means the supreme mathematics, supreme alphabets, the 1 to 10, the 1 to 14, then the 1 to 36, and then you can learn, your 1 to 40. And then your after facts and solar facts. Then you see a different concept. Now, listen, I'm not going to get up here because some people may have gotten it or received it. So I'm going to look at it this way. Since the jewel is God and food, it says, what is it? Because he taught them how to eat what? The wrong foods. That's in the 1 to 36, right? And the 1 to 36. Does that have anything to do with the above question? Now that's 11, right? In the 1 to 36. Now that above question is, will you set up home and wait for a mystery God to bring you food? That's the above question in the 1 to 40, really. Well, what's this mystery food? What's the mystery God? God is food. What's going on here? Is it the poison animal eaters in the 1 to 14? Is that what they're talking about? Don't think because they got vegan out here that that's something bad. That's not a bad thing. Or vegetarian. Because just stop eating swine, that wasn't enough for me. It didn't indicate anything in 120 that anything that was, about anything about the swine. I just from word of mouth. Unless you learned about it in Leviticus or Deuteronomy, then you found out that what it was. It was unclean unto you. And a lot of other things are unclean unto you. If you eat unclean, everything will be unclean. Your unclean sex, I'm real. Unclean. Everything that's coming out of you is unclean. And that's where it's at. So I stopped eating all red meats. And then I stopped eating all chicken and turkey. Slowly. It was a process. Then I stopped eating all fish. And it took a while to stop eating fish because I love it. Like 3/4 water, red snappers, blue snappers, and I had the whiteys and the fillets and sardines and salmon. Then I got rid of that. I started going to the health food store, started learning, translating the egg from it and the cheese and the butter, and I just came complete. Lean my diet out of that. That means no more Kentucky Fried Chicken, no more Kansas Fried Chicken, bye. Southern Fried Chicken, goodbye. But it was a while. I've been there. Eating at Chinese restaurants. I had to fire all of that. Because if you eat out of those pots and pans that are cooked with that, the virus will be passed right through the animal. And animals, I'm going to let you know, in the viruses, that's why it's swine flu. They have an influenza shot for that. Chicken pox. Mad cow disease. All of that salmonella, if you don't cook it perfectly like the fish, you can get sick from that. I'm serious. That's what this pandemic was all about in the first place. The first thing when you first became a 5% was to be clean. That's the only thing that really attracted me to being a 5%, was being clean. So that's what they taught us. The first thing I did was fast 3 days. And then after that, I went for my lesson. Anytime I had a problem, I slipped and fell, boom. Fast. Listen, these questions and answers, well, I mean, 120, they're answered for you already. When you go to college, there's no answers to that test. You got to study for that. You got to study for that test. I mean, I was taking a test one time, somebody passed me an exam, sister gave it to this brother. Brother said, hey, this is going to be on the same questions, are going to be on the same test. So I went home that night and said, I'll study this, it'll be on the test. I gave it every year, and everybody passed. So someone told me, say, wake up, man. Wake up, God, study those notes. So I woke up that night, studied my notes. When I came in there to take the final exam, about 200 people in there, those who want to be nurses and would-be doctors, lab technicians, and radiologists, everybody, about 200 people in there. Then, you know, he passed the exam out. I saw this, and everybody, you can hear everybody whispering, oh man, he changed the exam, oh shoot. Half the class got up and walked out because they couldn't take the test. I stood there, busted out. Then it came time to look at my grade at the finals on the bulletin board. I looked up, failed. He failed damn near half the class. I saw my name, I passed. That taught me a lesson. Don't take anything on face value. You didn't come to this nation that gave you a Quran or anything like that. You had to provide that yourself. We ain't here to like lamp or scrounge on any one of us. We have to have our own. Not like having your own. That's what it's all about. I mean, being a real true 5%, I mean, it's a love for your brother. We put this, and listen, it was like studying lessons like you studying for a play. So that's everybody just wanted so they could be seen all right in front of the wisdom and the earth, the queen, and then he really know or this one know. What are you talking about? Now you study the play, now you know it. All right, now you have a play. What are you going to do with it? We're standing on the backs of giants that had this knowledge. It was already given for us. Ain't nobody had to say, oh, we have to do this. Who told us to that? You see what I'm getting at? You have to question where we have to update it, upgrade it, cream rises to the top. Grade A Allah. We have to rise to that. That's what's happening here. Where are we going to be at? And that's what I want to know. I love this nation. Where are we going to be back in the next 10 years? That's what I'm talking about. You have to ask yourself that. Peace.
Peace, God.
Peace to the gods and earth. And the other people. I come in the name of Lord Wa Sharif Allah. In today's mathematics is wisdom, build, or destroy. On the knowledge cycle. I just want to say first and foremost that we must recognize number one, the original, the God of the universe. We must recognize that when we call ourselves gods or recognize the true and living gods, that's the God power that's seen and heard everywhere. Now the lesson say, God is not unseen, he's seen and heard everywhere. How are we seen and heard everywhere? Through our knowledge and wisdom, through the science of everything in life. That's the God power that spreads out all over. The 10%, the 85%, they recognize whenever we come into the cipher, that is if you are maintaining, that is if you are representing positive power over your negative. Huh? That's how you recognize which way you're going. See, the positive must always outweigh the negative. Because we got God and we got the devil. A lot of us fall victim to the devil's civilization. What's that? Drugs, all kind of other criminal shit, you going to jail or you going downtown. That's the natural order. You know, that's what you need to recognize. Keep your positive always in control of your negative. Because a lot of us do negative, small negative things. Smoking cigarettes, shit like that is negative, man. Eating certain foods, it's negativity, but you keep it in control by your positive God power. That's what it is. A lot of us are elders. We've been in the nation 50, 60. Now, elders. What keeps us in physical shape? The knowledge of self. The knowledge is your power. Knowledge to anyone, basically, is a degree of power. Because if you don't know nothing, you ain't got no power. If you don't know how to deal with things, wherever you go, according to your knowledge, you ain't got no power. But the knowledge of self, of the true and living, in that 120, that's supreme power in force. That's the power that regulates you wherever you go. Your cipher is going to represent and control the power of God's cipher divine through our alphabets. God, cipher, and divine. God's cipher is divine. Proper education always corrects errors. So if you're not educated properly, you're going to be in error. You ain't going to be right and exact. You know? So that's all I have to say right now. Peace to the gods on earth. Peace to everybody. But remember, God, that power don't just exist within you. It exists wherever you go. He's seen and heard everywhere. Peace. Peace.